Coming up on the Basement Boyz.
Basement Boyz with a Z.
Bro.
Should have been us, I'm telling you.
What's your problem with the Z?
There will not be Kyrie slander on this podcast.
This guy's willing to not slander Kyrie, but he'll
Yes, I
slander
am.
Michael Jordan.
What are we doing
Let me
right
ask
now?
you this question.
We're talking about
My
Super Bowl.
point
I know
is-
this guy. Kobe's never won one without Phil. Michael's never won one without Phil. Phil has won one without both.
So here's my thing.
Stop using 6-0.
They're not America's team no more. He will never be Tom Brady. He will never be better than
that's
Tom
just-
Brady.
Trying to plan a trip with these three? Wow. Kobe in 1996, 30 years
That was
ago.
a trade?
Okay.
Yeah.
Power
Kareem in 1975. Wilt in 1968.
Okay, go to the 2000s.
James Worthy in 1980. In
are you talking
2000s,
about? What are you talking
there's
about?
two guys. There's Paul Gasol, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard.
Nash, Westbrook.
Nash was 40.
It doesn't matter, Heady. You're talking
Can we
about.
yell in here or no?
It's the dumbest thing.
Nash
in the
is
world.
40.
We got.
You're
Hey,
Mike. Stop
yeah.
We always get someone who's old as fuck. And then we say, oh, we get everybody.
not
Hey, did we get
lying.
Paul George? No. Did we get Kyrie? No. Did we get Kawhi? No. Did we?
Hold
And the
on,
only
hold on,
reason why
hold on.
LeBron got this is because he wants to retire in LA.
Okay, but his...
'Cause he has a movie.
I say
his
that
point
we-
is like they want to play in LA.
They don't. They don't give a fuck about playing in LA. Nobody
care
gives a
about
fuck
playing
about
in LA.
playing. Who do we get that plays in LA?
Who else?
Who? Give me them. Name them. Since in our lifetime, name them.
Where
You
the-
want to know in our
stars
lifetime?
go, yeah.
We got two of the
Name
two
the
best.
name
So
the
where
top
do
10
the stars
players wearing a
boss?
Lakers jersey. Watch this.
Boss.
Name the top 10 guys wearing a Lakers jersey in our lifetime.
Eddie, so Dwight Howard
Name
wasn't a top 10 player before he came to LA.
Mbala,
Then
he
hurt
was.
his back.
Mbala.
And Pau Gasol wasn't the best, one of the best power forwards in the league at that time.
He was
wasn't?
like third or fourth.
Okay.
Okay, so
wait.
you got the third best power forward in the league
And
to
then
come to your
we
team.
and then we went and got
but
wait
where
up.
do the stars go?
And then we went and got the best power forward in the league at AD at that time. That wasn't a big deal. And then
The AD one and the Dwight one, I'll give you, were a big deal.
and Pau Gasol was
Russ
a big
is
deal.
35, and
But Hattie-
Steve Nash was
but Hattie,
38.
Even Westbrook. By the way, I'm not saying these players were good, but they big name.
They don't
punk.
come to LA, bro.
They big name
Players
punk.
don't come to LA, bro. Wallah, they don't, bro. They just don't want to come to LA.
Why not?
Because name me the free agent that signed with us other than LeBron in the last 30 fucking years. Name him. Who is it?
Other than that, where do the stars go?
Shaq and LeBron.
Where do the
Shaq
stars
30
go?
years ago.
Eddie.
LeBron
Where
7
do the
years
stars
ago.
go?
Wait up. Let me.
Where
let me
do the
just-
stars go?
Wait up.
They go nowadays. They go where other stars are.
Let me fuck him up real quick. Let me put
who?
you on some game real quick.
Put me
Real
on some
talk.
game.
Do you want to know why it's rare that teams sign free agents?
Why?
Because most players don't get to free agency.
Right.
You get drafted to a team.
Right.
You sign that max with your
Right.
team that you're in because you get an extra year
Right.
and you get more money.
Right.
So most players don't hit free
Right.
agency. They go and they get traded to a team.
Right, 100%. Has Giannis been a free agent before?
No.
Giannis never been a free
No,
agent
not
before?
yet.
Because he accepted the offer from his team.
Yes. Why?
Okay.
Because
But he can opt out and go to LA.
No.
Yes.
He
No,
loses
no,
money.
don't tell me no. Yes, he can.
You just ignored my whole fact before.
All right, Bella, go ahead.
They don't go into free agency because they stay with the original team because they get more money signing that
100%.
original contract. So
100%.
why would they do that? Most of them sign it. A year
100%.
later, they say, hey, I want to get traded
Right.
to here.
So who wants to come to LA?
Everybody.
So who do we
I just
get?
named Dwight Howard. I just named fucking
Those are
Pau Gasol.
trades, number one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Number two, even
but they wanna get
trades.
traded.
One
I'm
second,
saying.
even trades. You listed Dwight, you listed AD. This is the last 30 years, and Paul Gasol.
Okay.
The Brooklyn Nets had a bigger trade summer than the Lakers' last 30 years.
That is true.
One summer,
No,
they
but
signed
he's
more
right.
guys
That
than the Lakers did in
to
30
make his
years.
Point, he's trying to say that nobody's ever signed.
They don't want.
when we traded.
The point I'm trying to make is people aren't lined up to come wear a Lakers jersey. I know Lakers fans always think, oh, everybody wants to play for us, bro. No, they don't.
And your
bro.
favorite player came.
Wallah, they don't.
Your favorite
And
player
because
came.
he has a fucking Spring Hill Studios in LA and wanted to retire
That's
there.
great, and we
but
have-
I guarantee you, if that same studio was in Golden State, he would have been in Oakland.
Guess what, though?
No.
1,000%.
Guess what?
No.
It was the Lakers, though. Guess what? It was the Lakers.
That was
And the only reason why AD came there is because he's a clutch client.
and guess what? It was the Lakers.
And the only reason AD got there is because he's a clutch
And
client.
guess
LeBron
what? It
wanted
was
him.
the Lakers. It was the Lakers.
Right, 100,000%. So you guys signed LeBron. So Miami's a better run franchise than us in the last
And
30
then we
years.
trade for some.
Because they signed LeBron
and then-
too, right? In his prime, they signed
And then
him.
we trade for some of the best players when they're available.
When they're 40.
Not always.
Most of the time,
Was
it's when
Dwight
they're
Howard
40.
was Dwight Howard 40?
No, he wasn't. He
Was
was
Pau
27.
Gasol 40?
No, he
Was
wasn't.
AD 40?
No.
Okay, I just named you some of the best big men in the fucking.
Those are three guys in the last 30 years.
And every time we got-
That's 30 years.
You want them to-
I saw the Nets get three guys in one summer.
And then before
and
that,
then,
what
hey,
happened?
and then
Before
we
the
traded
Nets-
for
hold on,
Westbrook
hold on.
when he was an all-star the year before.
that, what happened?
Everything you just named right now, you said these are trades, and you say these guys wanted to be in LA, and it was a trade. How is that even
Hey, by the way,
possible?
it doesn't matter if they want to be in LA. They got traded there, didn't they?
Yes, but
They
you
got traded
say
there.
because every time
And they all sign long-term contracts with us, except for.
Be honest with each other. Be honest. Right now, it's a close circle. Be honest. When we talk about free agency, right? Well, let's say when we talk about free agency, every fucking year, isn't it? Oh, the Lakers are gonna get this guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, Giannis will end up a Laker one day.
Yeah,
oh,
with
Trae
him?
Young will end up a Laker one
With
day.
him?
Oh, Klay Thompson will end
Listen,
up.
with him?
Paul George will.
With
Kawhi
him?
will. Wynone, where are they?
With him,
Yeah.
bro.
Where are they?
No, he's right.
Where are they? No, Wallah, where are they,
he's
bro?
right.
Where are they?
I get your
Who are
point.
these guys that are lining up to come, bro? Hey, could Kawhi come to LA?
Kawhi?
Yeah. Could he have come to LA?
Yeah, he
he
could.
did because he signed on the Clippers. Why did he come to the Lakers?
That's fine.
Could Paul George have come to LA?
Yeah, 100%.
He shipped his ass to Oklahoma.
No, he signed with the Clippers. What are you talking about?
No, he signed with the Thunder first, then he signed with the Clippers. Whoever he signed
When
with.
he wanted to come to LA?
Regardless, he could have had the chance to come to LA and decided
He
against
names
it.
every
I'm
player
asking
that
you
we haven't gotten
why.
when we got some of the best players.
Who have you signed? Who have you convinced? Yeah, hey, you know what you should do? You should put a Lakers uniform on.
Who have we traded for? And I have a question for you. Then.
Yo,
Real quick.
yo,
Real quick. I have a question for you. Of all the players that
You've made
ever-
3 big trades in their prime in the last 30 years. You
Stop
made
talking
3
for a second.
You made 3.
Real quick.
You made 3. Say you make 3, and then I'll listen to you. You made 3.
No.
You made 3. AD,
Okay.
Dwight,
Okay.
and maybe Russ. Maybe I'll give you Russ.
Okay.
Paul Gasol, I mean. I wouldn't
Okay.
even give you Russ. Paul Gasol.
Okay, and
You've done 3.
how many of those guys, after they got traded with us, did we either sign long term?
None.
After we didn't sign Paul Gasol long term.
That's it.
Dwight
Dwight-
Howard.
No, you didn't.
Dwight Howard, we didn't.
You
He was
played 1
gone.
year with you guys.
He was gone.
Right.
And then,
Russ didn't.
And we traded him away.
Right, that's
we
what- you
traded
didn't
him
sign
away.
any of them.
We traded him away, and then we got AD.
You're
to stay
asking how many
long-term.
times did we sign him?
Hey,
None of them.
And then we got
You didn't sign
AD
any of
long
them.
term. And then we got AD long term. And then we got LeBron to stay. We signed him and he stayed.
Hakeem, LeBron came to a team that won 30
doesn't
fucking
matter.
games.
Okay,
Why do you think he came to
cool.
LA?
In the
Was it
history books, guess what? LeBron James came to the Lakers.
No. But here's the problem.
Shaq
But
came,
here's the
signed with the
problem.
Lakers.
When you say stuff like that, it makes it seem like, oh, the place to be is LA.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why we need to get players
Yeah,
here.
it
Nobody cares about the Lakers.
The LeBron
All
Ja-
these guys are in their prime.
Hey,
One guy went to the fucking Clippers.
Hey.
He went to the basement.
And
team.
LeBron James did. And LeBron James did.
you gotta stop saying that.
And I bet you LeBron, and I bet you.
Hey, but okay, so can I ask you a question?
bet
Since
you-
we trade and we're such a good franchise, why do we have 7 losing seasons out of the last 10?
It's fine, man.
How is that possible?
Hey,
How? Tell me how.
The original thing that we talked about.
In the last 20 years, since Kobe Bryant was in his prime, since 06 till now, out of 20 seasons, how many do you think of them are winning? 10.
Oh,
Who
six.
The
was
Lakers
sitting
lose as much
hey,
as they win.
Who was sitting here talking about winning or anything like that? I just said that we get big names.
But that's
We
the
trade
point
for
of it, is we get
names.
guys so we can
Yeah, but
win.
he's making his
Sis.
point.
People want to come to the Lakers,
Yo.
and we're going to get people to win.
Listen,
that franchise needs to be fucking scrapped.
Bro,
the
chill
GM,
out.
no.
No.
GM in the front office needs to put people in place that know what the fuck they're doing. Because they're not cutting it, bro.
Rob Pelinka-
Wallah, they're not.
Rob Pelinka-
They're not cutting it, bro.
Pelinka ain't.
He had one good year, the year they won the championship, bro. And then there was factors you couldn't control. Kuzma wanted to get paid one day. There's things that you can't
It's
control.
great that since
But
2000.
he did it.
Hey, since
And good job. You won us a
since
championship,
2000,
bro. But
since
before that and
2000,
after that, bro.
in the last 24 years, we have more championships than
We have
most,
3.
No, since 2000.
3.
Since 2000, we've 3
Since 2025. Go to the last 20. How many
Since
championships do they have in the last 20?
Since 2000.
And in the last 20,
Since
how much?
2000.
Who goes, in the last 24 years? In the last 20, how much have they won?
What is it? 3?
3.
Oh, that's great, man. That's
Like,
3.
yo.
Hey, that's 2 more than
That's one more than Boston.
That's
The
2 more
is
than
the-
Boston.
It's one more.
Oh, one
Boston
more.
won 2.
That's great.
It's the same franchise you shit on and I shit on. They have one more in the last 20 years, bro.
Listen, this is fucking.
Anyways,
This is history.
Wallah, we wasted a topic right now.
No, I mean, that was a good topic.
We
It was a
wasted a
great
topic.
Let's get back to fucking now.
Okay, get back to
Now.
Get back.
The C's.
Like
The
fuck
finals,
man.
boss. The finals.
The C's.
What do you think went on in that series? You were wrong.
No,
You were
I
wrong.
was wrong.
He was
you were
right,
right.
for the 100th time.
You were wrong.
Bro. Yes, I was wrong. Ish.
No. What do
You
mean,
were
Ish?
wrong,
You were
bro.
wrong.
I
You were
mean,
I was
completely
very
wrong.
I was completely wrong.
You were completely wrong.
But it's not on me right now. We're on Hakeem right now.
So I mean,
Yeah,
we're,
but, like, you
we're
know,
talking
listen.
about the top 4 players and who we, number one, it's not even worth talking about that series. It was a boring ass fucking series.
was.
Horrible
It was a total smashing.
Celtics fans probably wasn't boring at all.
Yeah, they got a cup. You guys got a cupcake championship. Good for you guys, right? It's a cupcake championship.
Man,
they got a.
relax.
So we're talking about the 4 best players, and what did our perception change on any of those guys? I mean, real talk, for Boston, two best players, I don't know, on any given night, sometimes Tatum, sometimes Jaylen. They got like 5 best players. We'll stick with Tatum and
Yeah, but
Boston.
the top player is Jayson Tatum. Yeah, go ahead.
The top player?
Yeah, the top player is Jayson
Yeah,
Tatum.
it is.
The fuck he is.
Yeah.
The best player is. Nothing.
The best player in the face of that team is Jayson Tatum. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'll give
with
you face.
Yeah.
No,
Best
he is the
player,
best player
yeah.
too, though.
Go ahead.
He's
I
the
know
best
he is.
player. We'll get into that one
Oh,
day. but
I know he is.
He's
No,
the
go
best
ahead.
player. For Tatum and Jaylen Brown, my perception for them, only one thing really changed, real talk, is that we always questioned if they could be the 2 best players on the team to win a championship. And, I mean, they kind of proved that they did. They won
With Tatum and Brown?
with Tatum and Brown. Now they showed that they could be 1A, 1B on a team. Whatever order you want to put them in, they
What
proved
order
it.
do you have them in?
It's Jayson Tatum and it's Jaylen Brown.
Good job.
How big is the gap?
Good job.
Whatever the gap is.
No, tell me, how big is the gap? How big is the
It's
gap?
not that big.
Like, how big?
It's not big. It's not big.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yo, it's not big. It's not big. Yo,
What am I
it's
fucking-
not big.
Okay, that's
What am I,
I
science?
just want to make that clear that it's not a big gap.
It's not a big gap.
It's not a big gap.
But there's a gap, though. There is a gap. but
There's
it's not
no
big.
gap.
There's a gap. But
You can say one is better than the other without having a
Jayson
gap.
Tatum's a better player than Jaylen Brown.
Right.
Obviously.
And you've said it,
I have.
right? And he's the better player.
I have.
But here's the thing. They proved that they could win as the best players, but the problem is that neither of them as individuals went up on a list for me. Usually, when the best player on a team wins a championship, you start saying that they're the best player in the league or even a top 5. It didn't happen for Jayson Tatum for me.
You just contradicted yourself.
No, it didn't.
You want to know why nobody moved on a list?
Why?
Because you don't know who the best player on that team is.
No. Well, let me finish my point.
Finish your
If
point.
you don't mind, can I finish my point?
Finish your point.
That's great.
Why you couldn't? What?
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
No, Jayson Tatum didn't become a top 5 player for me
Right.
because he didn't play well enough to be like, oh my God, there we go, he's a top 5. And then Jaylen Brown still wasn't a top 10 player in the league
Because
for me.
both of them didn't play as well.
Neither of them
100%.
lit the fire on, lit the world on fire.
Right.
Team game.
So I'm telling you on both, Jayson Tatum didn't become a top 5 player and Jaylen Brown didn't become a top 10 player
Right.
for me. And you can argue till you're fucking blue in the face. They just didn't.
Right.
They didn't do
I
anything.
agree with that.
They didn't do anything.
I agree
right?
with that.
And the reason why I say it was a cupcake championship is because they have no pressure throughout the whole playoff series.
Okay,
They played Miami.
Who they were going to beat? They were going to beat.
They would have beat them.
They beat what's
But
in front of them.
we know they beat what's in front of them. Congratulations. But we know what's the problem with Jayson Tatum, the best player. Pressure situations doesn't go well for him. And Jaylen Brown's a more clutcher player than him. Fine and dandy, but it's not like he's fucking Kobe in the clutch or LeBron in the clutch.
He's a lot more Kobe LeBron than he is
If the
Tatum.
Stars on the other team were still like playing. They didn't get injured. They got injured. Now.
No, they still would have won the
I thought-
championship. They would have still.
Oh, okay.
They would have still. But if Giannis and Lillard didn't get injured, that would have been a lot bigger of a problem. Like those are 2 players they
They
would
beat
have
Milwaukee last year, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean,
Did Milwaukee play Boston this year?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't have to play them. They didn't have to play.
Because they lost to Indiana.
yeah.
They didn't have to play. They didn't have to play Milwaukee because Giannis got injured. They didn't have to play New York. In New York,
I mean, they were going to beat New York, though.
but I'm talking about they weren't gonna. Every team they played without their best player, and they played Dallas, who didn't even. They weren't
Didn't
supposed to
show
be
up.
there. Let's talk about Dallas though, real quick, because my perception changed on one of them big time, and you're not gonna like this because you're a fan of one of these guys. I'll start with Luka real quick. Luka's still a top 3 player in this league, right? It's Joker, Giannis, Luka. Any order you want to put them in, I don't really care. Those are any order you want to put them in. Those are the 3 best players in the league. I just wish
Wait, say that again?
3 best players in the
the 3 best players in the
Are
league
who?
are,
Giannis, Giannis, and Luka.
Oh, okay.
any order you
I
want.
completely agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can argue with whatever you want
I
about that.
thought I heard a name in there that I was
you
like,
Who do you think I
Who'd you
said?
hear?
Who do you think I said?
I thought I heard you say Tatum after I just heard you say he's not top
I just
5.
told
I
you,
was like, what the
that
fuck?
guy's like a top 8 player in this league.
Yeah.
He even close to 5 for me. This guy's a Jason.
I'm not a
Tatum
Jayson
hater.
Tatum fan. Hold on now.
You're
Okay,
a
hold on.
lover of him.
No, I'm not.
You defend him more than his own fucking
but
mother
I
does.
like the guy. I like the way he plays. But you just guys don't give him enough
What are you
credit.
dating him? You like him?
Go ahead, bro.
Who cares?
Go ahead.
If you like him or not.
Bunch of
He's not
fucking haters, bro.
He's not a
Hold on.
top. Fuck the Celtics. How you like that one? I mean, we're Laker fans here, bro. Bro, what is this guy always every time with Jayson Tatum? Jayson Tatum.
You don't make any sense, bro.
Why not?
Who's your favorite team in the NBA?
I don't have a favorite team.
That's a fucking lie, you know.
I don't have a favorite team.
You're a Lakers fan. You're just. Listen, you know what you are? You're right. You don't have a favorite team. You're a bandwagon.
he is.
No, that's
He
not
likes
true
the
at all.
team that wins the championship
Fucking Patriots.
every year.
That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true.
Other
I
than
love
Denver last year.
Denver last year, the Warriors before that.
You love the Bucks.
The Bucks?
and you love the Warriors.
Do I go?
But that's okay though, bro. We don't judge you for it.
I'm a basketball
Yeah,
fan.
I
No,
am,
fuck
bro.
all
I
that.
watch-
I don't judge you for it. It's all
Listen,
good
bro,
to be
I
a-
told you, like, I grew up as a Kobe fan,
Right.
and then when Kobe retired, like, it just.
You became a Celtics fan.
No, I didn't. Bro. No, I didn't. I just like watching the game, bro.
That's fine.
I'm more of a football fan than a basketball fan.
I will tell you
But,
something.
Yeah.
The Celtics game is a very beautiful game. It's very fun to watch.
Very.
Yeah, it's a fun game to watch.
You can't
Yeah, it's
not
great
be
when
fun.
they're not
Bro,
playing the
it's-
best players on the other team. When they got it lucky.
Okay, so
Well,
instead of
well,
losing
well,
3 games in the playoffs, they would have lost
Speak
6.
up,
I mean,
speak up.
man.
Yo, they went 16-3.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That
Listen,
like-
every year, a team sometimes squeaks by, and good for them, and they squeaked by.
squeaks by.
They squeaked by. They got lucky. They didn't have to run into. Listen,
Chill
hard
the
earned.
fuck
Hard earned.
out, bro.
Great job for you guys. Let's see you guys do it again when the league's everybody's a little bit more mature, and you guys don't have to play every team that's injured. Real talk. But we're done with the Celtics. Let's talk about Dallas, though. Luka's one of the top 3 players in this league. Listen, for anybody out there that thinks that Luka's going to come out here and be a great defender, stop. This is who he is, right? The guy's a
Fucking
cone
bum
on
can't
defense.
play a lick of
Hey,
defense.
he's a cone.
I don't know how the fuck he stopped 3. He can't play a lick of defense. What the fuck?
Hey, he's a cone on defense. I just wish he was more focused and more mature in this finals. That's all I was asking
Right.
for, bro. There was a stat in game 2 in like the last 10 years. He had the most. He allowed the most blow-bys in a game, bro. That's rough. That's not. I don't know how to play defense. That's him saying, "Oh, that's cool. Blow by me. I'll get you back on the other side." No, bro. There's some defenders on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And the arguing of the refs. Usually, you could get away with that.
It's a European thing.
Yeah, it is, but his is fucking a lot more,
It
bro.
hurts.
Do stars get less feedback if they don't play defense? They don't get, like, if they don't play defense?
Yeah, bro, you can't be a great player and not play defense.
I'm saying, do they get less feedback when they don't play defense?
What do you
Like,
mean?
Do they not get punished for it if they don't play defense?
No, they
Like,
get called
like,
out.
The light is not on them for not playing defense?
No,
It's
the
hidden
wa-
more if you're great.
Why,
I-
though?
I just-
But
I-
why, though?
But let him finish.
I just
And
think
then I'll tell
people
you why.
accept that Luka's not going to be a great defender. But I keep hearing all these
I mean,
people
he's,
saying,
he's slow-footed. He's
I
not
know.
an athlete.
This is not like a Carmelo Anthony thing where people, like, Melo has the
Where you
tools
have
to
no
be.
excuse.
Yeah, like, he has the tools to be a great defender, or a good defender at least.
But it's weird because I don't know if you remember, bro. That first round when they played the Clippers, there was talk around Luka. I don't know if you remember. He played great defensively that series.
But that's my problem
He
with him,
did?
though. That's my problem with him, though.
Do you remember that though?
Yes, he was playing
People
really
were like,
good
"Oh
defense.
man, Luka could play defense,
That
bro."
was
When he,
fucking sweet.
But that's my problem with him, though. He came in, you're in the finals, and he's still young. It's his first one.
I think he was tired, man.
He tired, but the arguing with the refs, it hurt him in the series, bro.
No, it did.
People blowing right by him and stuff like that. But he's still a top 3 player to me. This is the guy that I have a beef with. I have a beef
You
with
have
him,
a beef with
and I think more people need to open up their eyes about this guy.
So you want people to hate this guy?
Huh?
You want people to slander him?
No, not slander, but it needs to be talked about more,
What do you-
right?
what do you want to talk
We're gonna talk about Kai.
What about Kai?
So the last
Oh, I
time,
love this.
wait up,
Oh,
slow
I
down,
love
slow down,
this.
slow down. The last time we saw Kyrie in the finals was in 2016, right?
Yeah.
When he saved LeBron with that shot against
Yeah.
against Curry.
Sure, I'll give it to you. Proves this point. It proves Kyrie's.
By the way,
it proves
hey,
Kyrie's
by the
greatness
way,
right now.
This guy
In the
right
same
here-
sentence, he
Hey,
wants to shit
this
talk
guy-
LeBron. He bigged up Kyrie, and then he's gonna flip right
Save.
now. Watch
Hey,
this.
save.
He's gonna go to the next topic. Big up
Kyrie.
LeBron and shit on Kyrie.
Kyrie
Watch
saved
this.
LeBron.
Wait. Look, by the way, this guy's the biggest LeBron fan. I think there's only 2 people.
I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm a truth teller.
Hey, there's only 2 people in this
GOAT.
world.
You're a fucking
Hey,
LeBron fan, bro.
sweet. There's only 2 people in this world that love LeBron more.
Him and
Then
Bernard
His
Mills.
wife and his mom.
No.
LeBron James himself, because that motherfucker loves himself, and Nick Wright. I don't see anybody else that defend him more.
Nick Wright is the man, though.
Yeah, he is.
Nick Wright is the man.
By the way, I love LeBron. I think he's the GOAT. Let's just put it out
So
there.
what was the point?
Wait
you
up.
know
I
what?
had
Just
to
go
throw
ahead.
in that little bit of a jab.
Okay,
I
go
can't
on.
throw the little
Jab.
jab in. Well,
You're
he's
lucky.
untouchable. LeBron's untouchable.
As untouchable a basketball player gets. Yes.
Anyways, my whole point.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
My whole point
We'll talk about
is
it later.
Kai was that we seen him after that 2020, was it 16? That shot made him one of the most clutchest players, right, with that shot. And we seen him as that guy. Since 2016, what year are we in?
24.
I'm not good at math, bro. Real talk.
That's 20. That's
How many
8
years?
years.
is that?
It's 8 years ago.
It's 8
8
years.
years.
In the last 8 years since that, right? Kai's been known more about the shit he's done off court than he has done on the court. Whatever it is off court, it is what it is, right?
He hasn't been on the court.
Exactly, right? And then the next time that we see him in the finals,
Shits the bed.
what does he do?
He shit the bed.
What does he do, Hedy? Just simply, I'm asking you the question. What does he do?
Honestly?
Yeah, what did he do, Hedy? Hedy, what did he do?
He got in his head a little bit, and he was guarded by one of the best perimeter defenders of all time at the point guard.
That's great.
That's what he did.
But what did he do?
And that
Answer
guy
the
who was
question.
6'7" and long.
Did he not
Jaylen
choke?
Brown.
And by the way, he's not 24.
I wouldn't
I
call
wouldn't
it
say
choking.
choke.
Did he not play like shit?
He did.
He played like shit.
He did.
So,
But that's not choking.
wait up. Since 2016, in the last 8 years, I haven't seen you on the basketball court because you can't keep yourself on the court. For whatever, whether you agree with off the court stuff or not, right? The next time that you're on the court, this is what I didn't like, number one. It's okay to play like shit in the finals, right? But then you also got to get called out on it. You also got to get called on it, bro. Everybody else that plays like shit, Tatum plays like shit, we call him out on it, but we're not going to call out Kyrie. By the way, he's a vet now. He ain't young to say, oh yeah, it was just an early series and he played like shit. And then on top of that, what pissed me off about him is that
Let him finish.
And then what pisses me off about it is that he admits it. Yeah, you know, Boston's in my head. Yeah, Boston's in my head. You know, it's tough to play there. No, bro, I don't like that from a guy that we consider one of the most clutch players. By the way, still one of the most talented players in the league, but I think that he should take some slander for it. Why did he not get nothing for it, bro? That's all my whole
So you
point.
changed your mind about Kyrie?
No, I didn't change my mind, but you know how like in 2K...
You just said you changed your mind about Kyrie.
Here's what
Did
it is.
he not just say that?
Wait, you know what it is?
It's like
Hey,
this.
you know what it
He's
is?
juggling.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what
Yeah.
it is for me? You know how like on 2K you have those badges? And
Right.
you're like, his closer badge, like that clutch guy, he lost it a little bit for me.
I lost a little bit. Okay,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
There's 3 seconds left on the shot clock in the game clock in the NBA right now. It's 108 to 108. Who are the 5 guys you want taking that shot in the league today?
Kai's one of those guys. My whole point is that
You hear this, Ace?
my whole
What are we
point-
talking about right now?
My whole point
gotta
is
pick a
that
side, my boy.
No, my side is that he deserves slander.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't deserve slander.
But you're saying, okay.
He didn't deserve slander.
Here's the problem. Is Tatum played like
Hey,
shit, and
sometimes-
one, you said nothing changed my mind. And then Brown played okay, and you're like, nothing changed my mind.
Yeah.
And this guy played bad, Luka, but he didn't change my mind. But now I changed my mind about Kyrie because he played bad.
Yeah.
So you named 4 guys that played bad, and the only person you're willing to slander
It's Kai.
is the guy who's been cooking curry. How many times have we said
Cooking
it? He's been
curry.
cooking curry for 10 years. The guy who your best point guard of all time did not ever want to see on a basketball court. And when he saw him, it did not go well.
That's fine.
That's the one guy we're gonna look at and be like, you know what?
Wait,
this guy.
but wait.
Here's
You
the
need
weird.
to-
part.
but hold on,
No.
hold on,
You've
hold on,
talked
hold on.
enough. You've
Wait,
talked
who
enough.
said wait? He wasn't-
I just let him go on a
said-
15-minute
not talking about-
soliloquy
no,
to
no.
quote Stephen
But he's
A.
not-
for no reason.
I never said
I
that
wanna
they played
answer-
bad. I never said that Luka
I
played
wanna
bad.
answer you.
I never said that Luka
I want to
played
answer you. Let me ask you a question. Follow me here. What did you feel about 2016, Kyrie? In 2018, how did you feel about Kyrie before Boston? Before requesting a trade to Cleveland, before any of that from Cleveland? How did you feel about Kyrie Irving?
bad. I thought he was one of the best players in the league.
Perfect. How did you feel about him in 2021? New Jersey. let's say.
Jersey.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Where are you, bro?
Right.
Where are you?
So did you change your mind about Kyrie by then?
Yes. I
Cool.
used to talk shit about Kyrie.
So how did you feel about Kyrie in 2023? 2 years ago.
Even
last year.
Everybody was shaky about him. I was shaky about him.
you're shaky about
Where's
him,
he
right?
at? Yeah.
Do you feel better about Kyrie right now than you do last year?
I feel
Or
worse.
You feel worse?
I do.
So for you, a guy helping lead a team to the championship, to the NBA Finals,
Yeah.
in the year that he comes back, after you just shaky about him, now you're shakier?
Yeah, I'm absolutely.
So
more
what can
shaky.
Kyrie do other than winning a championship for you to not feel shaky about him anymore?
You know,
he's on the ropes.
Hey,
Get your man.
Whoa.
Throw in the
You wanna know
towel.
what he could do?
He's done.
You know what he could do
What can
better?
he do? Win a
Not-
championship?
Not play like the 10th best player on the fucking team.
He was the
I
5th
did
best
think-
player on the court.
It's
He was
Kyrie
the-
Irving. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He always played like that.
He was better than Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was better than him. Outside of that,
in
who was
some
better
games-
than him?
In some games, he was the 5th or 6th best player. on
In
the court.
some games, but we're talking about in totality. In 5 games,
Yeah.
he was the
totality.
He was the 5th best player on the court.
In totality, sometimes he played worse than Drew Holiday and Porzingis.
That's not totality
And KJ
anymore.
Anderson.
That's sometimes. We're saying in
So-
totality, he was the 5th best
Petty.
at worst. The
Here's
5th
my
best player on
thing
the
too.
court.
Wait, I want to go
And
back
he
real
walked
quick.
into the game
I
the
wanna
4th
go-
best
Yo,
player
But
anyways.
his point was, he was just like, yo, he deserves.
No, his point is, I don't know what's,
Since then.
actually, I don't,
No,
what's his point?
I told you. He deserves slander.
What's his point?
Bro,
What's his point?
he deserves
I get his
slander.
point.
He deserves slander?
Hey,
all
you
he's
know what the
talking
problem is? We got to fix this from now. You don't listen. I never said that Luka played bad. I never said Luka played
Did
bad.
Luka play well?
Yeah, for what he had to do, yeah, he did everything he
didn't.
could.
No, he didn't.
He had to carry
No,
Kyrie,
He didn't. No, he didn't.
and Kyrie wasn't there.
I guarantee you
But
Kyrie
wait,
still averaged 20 points a
whether he
game that
played bad or
series.
did I say that he played bad?
Luka
I didn't
played-
say. I said that he needs to be a focused defender. And did I say that Jaylen Brown or Tatum played bad? I just said that they didn't do enough.
Did they play well?
They played better than Kyrie.
No,
played well.
okay, so I'm
They
gonna.
played well.
I
They
love
played
you.
well enough.
How long have we known each other for?
15.
We say 15 years, by the
15
way. Is that
years.
actually 15?
2000. I met you in 2009.
I met you
Sixth grade.
2007.
So
2000.
we should throw that 15 number a lot,
So
bro.
15 years.
15 years plus. Add the plus.
What are you, Timmy? You're my brother, bro. Like
Okay,
real brother, bro.
Sure.
Like I love you to death.
Sure.
The last 20 minutes of your talking was nothing but bullshit. And let me tell you why. First, he says, let me tell you the points he made.
I said.
I let him finish, right?
You were juggling.
I
shit.
said
I didn't.
I
You were juggling
deserve
shit.
slander.
Ali,
bro.
did I not just let him
I
talk for
said-
15
you
minutes?
And I said in the last 8 years.
You did. I'm gonna let you talk.
And I
Wait.
said in the last 8 years that
listen.
he hasn't done anything. The
Listen.
next time I see him in the finals,
Listen.
the last time I see him in the finals, 2016, again, he was saving LeBron's ass, hitting that shot in Kai's
wasn't.
face.
No, he wasn't.
The next time
This
I
is
see him in
after
the
LeBron
finals,
had 41 and a 30-point triple-double.
And then the next time I see him in the finals, he's doing this. He deserves slander. Does he not deserve slander?
Criticism, not
No,
slander.
slander.
No, Kim. It's criticism.
Slander, bro.
No, you're-
You want a slander?
And,
guy?
hey, could we not make it seem like Drew Holiday and Derek White are fucking the greatest defenders of all time? They're good defenders.
Drew Holiday is one of the best point guard defenders of all
Okay.
time, bro.
And
Yes,
that's
he
great.
is.
And that's great. It doesn't.
Yo, after who?
Is
After who?
Gary Payton,
is
maybe?
Is Kyrie not one of the best players you've ever watched?
Yes, yes, he is.
Okay, so it
Is
doesn't.
he not
mean-
Is he not for you?
Yeah, he's one of the best players I've ever watched.
So what are we talking about?
So my whole point is just because there's other great defenders on the other side of the court, there's always gonna be great defenders on the other side.
How'd you feel about Kobe in 05?
How old was Kobe in 05?
Kobe in 05?
Yeah, how old is he?
He came in 96, he was 17. 9 years after that, he was 27 years old. 26
Okay.
years old.
And my
He was
whole,
the same age LeBron in 2011 when he choked against the Mavs.
my
He
whole
was the
point.
same age.
And that's why I made my point in the beginning that this is Kyrie. Kyrie's
Why are we
a
bringing Kobe
damn near
into
a
this, bro?
vet now. Kyrie is damn near a vet now, bro. He's at 31 years.
This is
he's-
Kyrie's 13th year in the league.
Yes.
And that was Kobe's 10th. So the 3 years is what makes the difference to you?
All right, bro. Okay.
So when have you ever said, oh, it's still early in his career, it's only his 10th
I
year.
have a question
Let's
for you.
wait till he
Hey,
gets
then
his
why does
13th.
Jason Tatum?
Hold
Hey,
on.
why do you shit on Jason Tatum against Golden
I
State?
don't. Have I
You
shat
said
on
that-
him this series?
You said that.
What did I say about him this
but
series?
when
Did
he
I
had
shat
a
on
bad
him?
finals.
You didn't give him all his flowers.
Hey,
I did. What did I say?
all his-
I
wait.
said he deserves
and I'll let
full
you make
credit
your
for
point.
this championship.
Hey, but I'll let you make your point. But you've told me, right? Not on this pod yet. We're gonna get there. You've told me that he had a bad finals against,
He didn't have a good one.
and he said he played like shit, right?
Against the
Then why
Warriors?
can't we just do that
Against
for-
the Warriors?
Against the Warriors?
Against the Warriors. The first one.
Because I didn't move him off his spot.
I'm just saying he deserves slander. He deserves slander.
You know what slander
Not
means? That
slander.
means you want people to shit on this
Yeah,
guy.
he should get shitted on, bro.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah, he should
no,
get shitted
shouldn't.
on.
No,
Yeah,
he shouldn't.
in my eyes.
No.
First
You can't
of all,
go from that to
first of
this.
all, First of all,
Looking like a scrub
first
on the
of all,
court. He was
there
looking like
will
a scrub.
be no Kyrie slander on this podcast.
No,
and you
there
know
will be.
why already.
That's the problem.
There will not be Kyrie slander on this podcast. There will not be. Number one. Number two.
This guy's willing to not slander Kyrie, but he'll
Yes, I
slander
am.
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Bro, what?
Yes. And you know exactly why. Number one. Number two.
Yo, he's about to cancel you if you slander Michael Jordan.
Because listen,
He's about to cancel you.
just hear me out for a second.
Michael Jordan, bro.
He said Jayson Tatum didn't move spots. Let me tell you.
But why did I say he didn't move spots?
Just
Let him finish.
Let me
No, he let you
finish.
talk. Stop.
Not another word out of you.
Okay.
His points right now. I'm gonna draw you back his points that he made about this final. Right?
Like this. Hold on. I was with
Jason
you.
Tatum,
Hold
Ali,
on.
and Jaylen. No.
I'm
You hold on
I'm
now.
gonna let
No,
you
you
talk.
hold on
Shut
now.
up. Stop.
Listen.
I get your point about the criticism, not the slander. I get your point.
I don't think he knows what slander means.
Hakeem, but you were fucking Kyrie.
But slander, basically, you're
Kyrie.
saying you want people to hate Kyrie now. Is what you're saying.
Pick a
That's
side.
slander means.
What is
Stop.
the definition of slander, bro?
Hate. It's like spewing hate.
Yeah,
It's
he should get some
slandering.
hate.
No, he shouldn't. Stop.
He should
We're
get some
done.
hate from
We're
this
done. We're
finals.
done. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Go ahead.
His
God
last
forbid
few
Kyrie
po-
would- I
I'm
mean,
gonna
Curry
do it
would do
real
something
quick. I'm gonna
like
give you
this.
his last few points
Yeah.
real quick, and then I'll tell you mine. His last few points is Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown proved they could be the best players on a championship team, but they're not top 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold up for a second.
No, let him talk.
And that Luka didn't play well, but he hasn't
top
changed
three.
his mind about Luka,
still
and
top
he
three.
hasn't changed his mind about Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
and that Kyrie played bad, and that now he deserves to be moved off of what you think he is in your mind, after he just had the best year of his last 8.
Okay. Why? Why was it his best year of his last
Are we
8?
following? Did you follow that?
No, because you're
It's
really,
recorded.
Yeah,
we have it on record. These were your points about the series.
My points were the reason why I didn't move Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown is because I gave them the flowers, is that they could be the 2 best players on the team to win a championship.
And when was the last time a player wasn't top 5 in the league could be the best player on a championship team?
But that was my whole point, though. None of them did enough to move themselves up on a list.
I never asked you that. I asked you a question. When was the last time a player could win a championship as the man on his team and wasn't top 5 in the league?
This is probably the first guy in a while.
No.
Who? Who was the last?
No. That's never happened. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say that the points that you're trying to make are circles. You're talking circles around
No, I'm
yourself.
not.
Listen to me. Listen. What I think about this series, right? And about these 4 guys that we're talking about, okay? Jaylen Brown, find a handle now.
No handle, bro.
Right
no
now.
no
find a
bag.
handle. Number 1. With that being said, the reason why I told you this is the first time ever, which this I agree with you about, the first time ever where there is no clear-cut best player on that team. There's a more talented one. Jayson Tatum is more talented than Jaylen Brown. There are certain things on the basketball court that Jaylen Brown can't do that Jayson Tatum can do.
Right.
Penetrating, breaking up a defense, exploding to the rim, kicking out to shooters. They're not even in the same world when it comes to that.
What does Jaylen do better than Tatum then?
He's a better defender to me, and he's a better closer. So now I have to ask you a question. If I'm a better defender than you, if my job is to guard either the best or second best player on the court, and I still have to keep up scoring-wise with you, and I still get my 5-6 rebounds and my 3-4 assists, and I'm winning Finals MVP, and the series before I'm winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and the last time we were in the finals, I went back and looked. Jaylen Brown didn't have a bad finals.
Okay.
Jayson Tatum shit the bed.
The Golden State one?
Yeah. And we look at all that, and we say in the biggest moments, Jaylen Brown is the problem for the other team more than Jayson Tatum is. He's the problem. He's the guy that's in the fourth quarter, teams got to adjust for and say, hey, we can't let this guy get off his, we need to get him off his spot every time we can. Because if not, he could beat us. With Jayson Tatum, bro, go look at it. Every time it's a close game. By the way, I've been saying he's a choke for a long time. I don't think he's a choke.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a choke.
What do you think he is then?
I think I just don't think he knows how to close out games.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think the pressure is too big for Jayson Tatum because you can't be a choke and win a championship as the best player on your team, at least talent-wise. You can't and be a choke. It just doesn't work. But they weren't put in positions to close out games because they had one of the biggest differentials of all time, point differentials throughout the playoffs. They lost 3 games. They lost 3 games.
Wow.
But at the same time, in the finals, in games 1 through 3, when some of those games were super close, even though looking at the box score now, you're like, bro, what are you talking about? They were blowouts. Go back and look at those games. In game 1, they were up by basically 30, and they brought it down within like 8, bro, in the second half.
That was game 2.
Game 1.
Game 1 was a blowout.
Exactly. Go look at game 1. They brought it back.
But
yeah, they got within like 10.
They brought it back.
But they closed the game with as like
Jaylen Brown did.
like 20, 25 points.
Jaylen Brown did.
I'm just saying.
You can't just say, I'm just saying. That's the point. And then in game 3, not the game they got blown out in Dallas. There's one game they played in Dallas. I think it was game 3. Yeah, it was. It was game 3. We were watching that game together. Was it Jayson Tatum closing out that game?
No.
Game 3, when they're getting blown out by like 35, they brought it back to like 6, I remember. Or like.
And then Jaylen Brown had 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
So
The point that I'm trying to make.
question to you then.
The point that I'm trying to make. No, let me finish. The point that I'm trying to make is if I'm the best defender, if I'm a better defender, if I have more of responsibility defensively than you, I have just as much offensively, other than distributing, I have just as much responsibility offensively as you. And I show up in the biggest moments every single time. You're not better than me. You're not a better basketball player than me. We're as good as each other. You're more talented. On any given night, you can explode more than I can.
So who is the better player? Simply.
I don't know.
So
But this is the first time ever you ask me who's the best player on the team, and I tell you I don't know. Usually it's very clear.
This year?
And the reason why I know
This
the reason why I know it's very clear is because of what you said.
Yeah.
Which is, they can't they can win it as the man. Can they?
both of them can, depending on. But
They can?
They both could be the 2 best players on the team.
Are you sure? Or they have to do it together?
They have to do it. Obviously, your two best players are always going to do it
No,
together.
that's not what I'm asking you. I'm saying, do they need someone who can also be the best player on their team?
But that's why. But that's
Does
my hope.
Boston win? As stacked as Boston is,
Boston without Drew.
they maybe, but they don't win without Jaylen Brown. They don't win without Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
But they had the biggest point differential of all time. So you would think in your head, if these guys are beating teams by 12, 13 points on average, we might be okay to lose one of these guys. We're 16-3.
But that's why I always.
But both of them
So
are
you're
such
saying they
big
work
factors.
together, they
But
work
yes,
better
they
together?
both have to be the best player on the court, if that makes
it's like a
sense.
Clay
It
and
has
Steph thing?
No,
No.
there's a much bigger gap.
Curry
between
is.
Steph.
10
It
times
has
the
to
player.
be. There was even a big. By the way, there's even a bigger gap between KD and Steph when they're on the same team.
Yeah.
There was a bigger gap then too, because
I'm not
KD was
comparing the same
clearly
people
the
on
best
team.
player on the court.
I'm not comparing the same
Is
people
there
on
a
team.
clear best player on the court with Boston?
No.
No, there's.
That's the point.
But
that
if
I'm
we
trying
want to
make.
be nitpicky,
And that's why I never, to talk about the four guys, to retract, that's why nothing changed my mind about those two guys. I always, Tatum to me was never top 5. I agree with you. He was never top 5. Jaylen Brown was never top, He could be 10. I could see him 10. We went through a list the other day. I can see him maybe being 10 through 12.
but the finals MVP didn't push him into the top 10 for you, clearly.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
And then with Luka, it did change my mind a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yikes.
It changed my mind back to where I thought. We had a conversation in the basement 2 years ago. You were shocked. I've said this multiple times now. You weren't as shocked. And I said it out loud. I said, I don't think Luka is I don't know if he's a championship player.
Style play.
I don't know if his style of play breeds championships as
2 years ago.
as the guy.
2 years ago, I was shocked.
Yeah, but Luka,
Now I'm not shocked.
and that's when I thought, but it looked like Luka was figuring it out. Listen, we could say they played nobody, Boston. Bro, they played a team that won 50 games and beat 3 50-win teams in a row, bro. They didn't play nobody. They played the best defense. The two best defenses in the league were in their way to the path to the finals this year. Minnesota and OKC were the two best defenses in the league, and they had to go through both of them, bro. And they beat them 1-6 and 1-5.
Yeah.
They didn't beat a bunch of nobodies, bro. They beat the best teams in the West. They beat the best, other than Denver.
You're saying about Boston that they had a cakewalk. You didn't say about that. You
but
said about Dallas?
I know, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Boston had to play a team.
Oh,
It wasn't a cupcake team that they played in the finals, bro. It was one of the best teams. It was the best team in the West this year.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this much. They made it look like a cupcake team.
Because that team is dominant, bro.
That Boston team is so damn
They're
good.
dominant, bro. It's not because Dallas is a cupcake team.
Yeah, but if
Anybody else in the
I'm
East,
Dallas-
this would have been a series,
if I'm
bro.
Dallas and I went through those teams in the West, the number 1 and number 2 defenses, like I shouldn't have win one game. I shouldn't have to win
Because none of those
Like, why
teams,
would I
even
win
them
one
being the best defense in the league, none of them could
Boston-
scrape Boston.
game? Doesn't matter though.
It matters a lot. Because Dallas, by the way, would have been 16-3 if they had the same route.
Yeah.
Would have been, well, not 16-3, 12-3 up until the finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have been 12-3 up until that point. That's what I'm saying. They didn't beat a cupcake team, bro. They were just very, very dominant. With Luka, you need an elite scorer with him. Scorer. It needs to be a guy that you can, and more than just Kyrie at 32 years old. Somebody younger. And I don't know who that is. I don't know who that might be. Number 1, you need an elite scorer. Number 2, they really don't have shooters on that team, bro.
No.
They didn't. It's not like they stacked
that's why
them
they're
with a
trying
bunch
to
of
get Clay.
shooters. Right, and that would be
Today.
big. That would be big.
That's why they're trying to get Clay.
That would be big.
We're getting Clay.
I hope so. I
The
hope we're
Lakers
right.
are getting Clay.
As far as Kyrie, nothing you will say.
Yeah,
will
listen,
ever,
Just don't bring
ever,
up that like
ever get me off my
Kyrie,
right.
bro.
He played against
off your.
two of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Two of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Mm-hmm.
Note this right here because I got something for you.
He's
He played against the 2 best perimeter players in the league.
two of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
Okay, what else?
Who, Luka?
No.
Kyrie.
Kai.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
what else did Kai do?
Oh, we're still slant. Okay.
No, but no, what else? No, because I
What do you have to say? No, say it. What do you
no,
have to
finish
say?
your point.
Is that
'Cause
Shy guarded him?
No, I got something for you. Go ahead. What else? What else? Why else did Kai?
Oh, I'm done. We're not slandering Kyrie.
We're not doing-
We're not
Well,
taking any slight
no,
Kyrie
no
slander
slander
on this
Listen,
podcast.
No,
brother.
but make your excuse for him now. Finish up.
No,
I'm
he's
sorry
done.
for
No,
interrupting.
he's-
Oh, he played like shit. Just like Kobe did in 04, just like LeBron did in 2011.
So it doesn't change your mind about him at all.
No.
All right.
neither.
So then
Is he? Because I always thought he was one of the clutchest
Okay.
players in the league.
then
That's
stop.
what, and he's an icon.
Then-
And he's one of the best ball handlers in the league.
To me,
ever.
to me, in my eyes,
What did I see in that series that would have changed my mind?
most talented, the most talented player.
That's
ever.
great.
When was it
All I
close? When was
said-
it close enough for him to show
all
up
I
in the clutch?
said-
Other than one game,
And why weren't they
it was
close?
close in Game 3.
And why wasn't it close?
And who was
Because-
closing it out? Kyrie.
And you know what then? Then you know what, Suede? We really shouldn't slander Jayson Tatum against Golden State because he was playing against the two most best perimeter defenders in the league.
He was. I don't
Draymond
slander.
and
I don't
Iggy.
slander.
Don't slander. Then
I
don't
don't
bring it up
slander.
then.
He just said he
I don't
didn't play.
slander
Then
him.
don't bring it up though.
I don't slander him
Then
for
don't
it.
bring it up as a point when you talk about why he's better than Jaylen Brown.
All he said
Because
he
Jaylen
didn't
Brown
play
played
well.
against the same defenders, and he
didn't
had a
play
better
well.
series.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
no,
did.
he didn't.
He
But so who was guarding
he just
Jaylen
said
Brown?
He didn't play well. He just said he didn't play
So
well.
who was guarding
But-
Jaylen
but
Brown in that
why-
series? I'm
I-
curious.
but
Who's
why
guarding
does
him?
it-
Was
why
Klay
does
Thompson
it-
not guarding Jaylen
why
Brown in
does-
that series?
But it wasn't Draymond and it wasn't Iggy, who are the two best defenders in the
Iggy
history.
was 37 years
And
old.
he's still a good defender, bro.
No, he
And
wasn't.
Draymond is
Let me see how
still-
many minutes Iggy played that series. I want to see.
I bet you he played a good amount of minutes. I don't
wanna
know. I
see.
think he was a little injured today. I might be wrong.
Oh, we're taking it back
Hey,
so
but
quick.
my whole point is though, all I said is he deserves a little bit of slander. He doesn't
Not
deserve to
slander.
say.
Stop saying
He's
slander.
one. Yes,
Stop
he
saying
does, bro. He's
slander.
one of the four
No.
best players in the court. We regard him as the thing.
and he ended up being 5th in the
He
series.
should get criticized. Okay.
So, like,
But
what do you
not
think?
I don't
slander,
know, bro. If we rank and we just look at
Derek
performances
White
in
did
that
not play
finals,
better than him.
we might be able to say that Drew Holiday played better than him.
Derek White did not play better than him.
We might be able to say that Drew Holiday played better than
He
him.
was 39 years old in that series.
Okay, but my whole point, I'm just saying, but my whole point is though, use that as a guideline for a lot of people.
I
By
did
the way,
use it.
okay.
I did
hate-
use it. One guy's being guarded by Draymond, the other one's being guarded by Klay. I saw one guy
and
play much better than the other guy.
And I freaking hate that I'm having to even use like Tatum because I hate the Boston Celtics. My whole point is that like, bro, the guy played like shit, and we're putting up excuses first for. He
Where
played like
have I
shit.
slandered Jayson Tatum? When did I say let's slander Jayson Tatum? Give me one time I
it'll
slandered
come.
Jayson Tatum.
It'll come. It'll
Am
come.
I saying slander
come.
Jayson
He's
Tatum?
you're on your
Am
best
I saying that
behavior.
everybody should go out and hate Jayson Tatum, bro?
He's on his best behavior right now.
listen.
Is he not on his best behavior?
No,
Jayson Tatum?
Jayson Tatum is overrated, and he's not top 5. That's not slander.
Yo, chill.
That's
No, he's not top 5.
That's
Calm
not
down.
slander. You're saying let's slander Kyrie.
I
Stop
say
saying
We're
slander.
not slandering
Stop
Kyrie
saying
on this
slander.
podcast.
Yo,
and we're not
stop saying slander.
And you're done.
Yeah,
Let's have better choice of words. Let's criticize him. Can we criticize him?
Okay, we're good. That's it. Okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay, let's criticize him.
Perfect.
Let's
I just
criticize him.
criticized him. I just said he played like shit.
He played like the 7th best player in that series.
Cool. Say that all you want. That's fine. But you're saying let's slander the guy, bro.
All right. Question. We getting Clay? LA getting Clay?
Man, I really hope so.
LA getting Clay?
He'd be huge for us. He'd
Yo,
take us from the
LA
8th
getting
seed to the
Clay?
6th seed.
Man,
Yo,
it's
Hey,
always,
he'd take us from the 8th seed to the 6th
why
seed
I
next year.
think JJ Redick, shooters.
It would,
Want the
yeah.
same-
I don't know
you know
what
what I'm
JJ Redick is. I don't know
Nobody
yet.
knows what JJ
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, here's the thing with Clay, bro. And I'm hoping it's like 6 o'clock. We're actually Sunday, about to be 6 o'clock soon. I can't wait. But they always do this, though. Like, Lakers are always good at, they're like the Cowboys, my other favorite team. All right? The problem is the problem is that Lakers always have their name in the hat. It just never ends up like, I don't know. They're going to get my hopes up for no reason.
What?
They're going to get my hopes up for no
Ace,
reason.
did we just not argue about this for an hour?
I know, but I'm talking about like my whole point is that like they're gonna
You
get
know
my,
what we need to do?
I don't want my hopes to
The
get
next
up.
episode, I want it to be live so we can have a poll right behind us.
I just don't want my hopes to get up on it.
100%.
You know how I am with that. I was like with this about LeBron until he signed with them.
100%.
I was saying it for like 5 years. He's gonna come, and then the summer came.
100%.
The summer came, and I didn't say Clay would be good. He's just a little older, bro. He's just a little older
Yeah.
with injury
That's the Lakers'
concerns.
specialty.
Yeah,
It is exactly what it is. But listen, Clay last year still averaged 18 points a game.
But he's obviously
Still
not the
shot.
same player though.
No, he's not.
Not on defense, at least.
But if you're signing him expecting 2018 Clay, that's on you.
No, that'd be a great fit though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for what he is, and especially if it's for the mid-level exception, bro.
Yeah.
What?
The veterans pay.
What are you talking about, bro?
That'd be nuts.
If you could do that, what is it, 13 million a year now? 12.9 or something like that for the mid-level
It's
exception?
like 13. It's like almost 14.
He's gonna need to take a discount. His dad played in
LeBron's
LeBron's uniform.
LeBron is gonna.
Nepotism is running deep. If you're a father and you have a son that can make the NBA, you're gonna get him to the NBA. I don't even want to talk about that.
Especially if
topic.
your name's LeBron James.
If you're a good father, you'll do what LeBron did. Just to be honest with each other.
I mean,
I heard a guy on Instagram the other day say you guys couldn't even get your kids a job at Walmart, and you're getting on a guy for getting a kid into the NBA.
100%.
Stop it, bro. Anyways,
You gotta realize something.
for what he is, I think it's perfect. 18 points a game, still decent defensively in spurts, still shooting 40% from three. That's what we need.
That's the
in LA.
perfect. That's a perfect.
And by the way, I guarantee you, with LeBron, he averages more than 18 a game. Guarantee you, because LeBron's never played with a shooter.
You know what
like that.
pisses me off, bro? This pisses me.
I already know what you're gonna say. I already know, but he's right though.
know what?
I don't think he's gonna say I'm wrong.
Playing with
No.
LeBron.
Oh.
People play
No,
with
he's
LeBron.
pissed off about something else.
Oh, you know what I'm pissed off about, bro? How many teams win the championship every year, bro? I'm asking.
You know, depending on who you ask.
What do you say? What do you say?
How many teams win the championship every year? One. Where's
How
this
many teams
going,
win the
bro?
championship every year?
One.
One? Bro, you would make it seem like on the internet, they make it seem like 10 of them win it. Because a lot of these teams are really happy with themselves.
Yeah.
And they're really, really good at slandering the Lakers. So they slander
Bro,
the
he's gonna
Lakers.
keep using that word, bro.
You know, that's how I am. I get
He's gonna
stuck on
keep
a word.
using that fucking word.
But that word fits what happens with the Lakers, bro. Let's start off with JJ Redick, number one. I'm a bigger Laker fan than you are. I'm looking at the whole audience. I watch them when they're bad, when they're good. It doesn't matter. And I'm all the way in Detroit, right? So, you know, you can call me
D-Town.
biased, but it is what it is, right?
D-Town, stand up.
Right? Here's my thing with the Lakers, right? Number one, we get JJ Redick. I like it. No, like just real talk. How many podcasts has LeBron done with anybody?
One.
Who was it? Like actual
You consider the
podcast.
shop?
The Shop?
The Shop was
Shop.
his show, but I'm talking about just
Yeah, but
one-on-one.
that's a podcast though.
One guy.
But
A bunch of
just
guys
like,
sitting
but
down.
no,
like,
but
you
like
know?
with JJ,
One guy.
It was one guy, right? So here's what I got to say about JJ. Number one, the guy knows basketball. He was a good player. He knows basketball. He knows what's going on in the modern NBA, right? So I'm really happy with that.
Right.
And experience. Just make sure you put some vet coaches around him that could tell him when to do a timeout and stuff.
That's
like
what it's
that.
gonna come down to.
Right? They're talking about getting like Dwayne Casey with him and stuff like that.
I heard Rajon
That'd be
Rondo
nice.
too.
Rajon Rondo.
That's stuff I don't want, though. Those are guys I don't
Why?
want yet.
But LeBron was just saying that he's surprised Rondo's not a coach. He's like, he's one of the smartest guys. But you want vet guys with them.
Who's my goat? By far and away.
LeBron.
If you say Michael's any less than 2, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys are by far the 2 greatest.
Yo, are you
basketball
shouting
players
out
ever.
Ace because he's
No. I'm saying no. What I'm saying is, say you want Mike. I'm not mad at you if you want Mike over LeBron. I'm really not mad at. I'm a little bit mad at you. But at worst comes to worst, they're the 2 greatest players to ever play the game. Just because LeBron wants a guy as a coach doesn't mean it's right. And let me explain to you why. Did LeBron want Russ as a player?
Yeah.
How did that work?
No, it's not good at all.
Did Michael Jordan ever be put in a position where he had to pick talent and hire people?
I'm sure he did.
He owned Charlotte for a long time.
And it wasn't good.
How did it look?
It wasn't good.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like if, like when he says Rondo should be our assistant coach.
Yeah.
Just because LeBron said it, it doesn't mean it's like, oh, this is now.
But the only reason I brought up the
gold or
podcast
etched in
thing
stone.
is because LeBron is a busy man.
Right.
And he at least respected JJ. This is before JJ's name was even inside the hat to become. He respected JJ to sit down with him and do a pure basketball. Like,
100%.
Nothing.
It's called mind the
Hey,
game.
real talk, I was watching it and I was kind of
You
like.
can't keep up.
I was just like, so he respected JJ to sit there and actually talk about basketball. So we know the guy knows how to draw up some plays. We know that he has LeBron's respect, which is, it is important at the end of the day. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. Whoever defends Darvin Ham,
nobody defends him.
no, there was people on ESPN and stuff like that. Darvin Ham shouldn't have gotten fired.
I feel bad for Darvin Ham.
I don't feel bad. You want to know why?
No, I'm
I
saying
know,
I
I
feel
feel-
bad. I feel bad that he was ever hired as a head coach because he's a really good assistant coach.
Yeah, he's a really good assistant coach.
Hey, he got thrown a job.
One of the
That's
best-
how
one of the best
good.
He did not know
That's
how to
how
handle.
good LeBron James and AD are. That they were actually still able to get to
With that, it's LeBron.
to
IQ wise,
yeah to get to a Western Conference championship against Denver, right? Whatever JJ is going to be, he'll be 10 times better than Darvin Ham. When I look at a coach anywhere, whatever team you are, I don't look at a coach to try to make my superstar players better. I know what LeBron's going to give me next year. Spoiler alert, he's going to average about 26 points, 8 and 8. You don't even got to look at it. He'll be right around where he was this year.
40-ish from 3.
And you know where AD is going to be? Right around where he was this year, right? When you hire a coach, you want somebody who's going to make the others better. So I'm trying to get, my man Austin Reeves, AR, another 5 points.
Right.
I'm trying to get Rui to get better and be put in the best positions. You know what the first thing AR said when JJ got hired? He's like, he called me, he told me some of the things that he's going to do for me, right? Well, Darvin Ham was benching D-Lo in Austin Reeves last year, right? As long as they put some vets around him, so that way he knows when to call timeouts and stuff like that, then I'm good with it. He knows basketball. Who are the Lakers supposed to go get? One of these recycled coaches that got fired 15 times?
The only thing that I have pushed, I agree with everything you just said. The only pushback that I have is that they didn't actually give a good push for Dan. Is it Dan Hurley?
Dan Hurley, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a real offer. Making him the 8th, 9th best paid coach in the league wasn't a real offer. It's a guy who's won 2 national championships. And you could say, oh, college coaches, you never know how they are. That's true, but also at the end of the day, if you wanted him, make a real push for him. It wasn't a real push what they did. There's a new word going on social media nowadays. These youngins, these kids be using it. The word aura. JJ Redick has an aura around him.
He does.
Sure does.
When you see him in these press conferences and you see him
confident.
clean, he looks like Pat Riley.
Yes.
Suited up, hair perfect, everything looking perfect, crisp. Even his answers. There's no bullshit.
I loved it.
Straight to the point. You know what I mean? Well, with Darvin, it was a lot of dancing. But I just don't think he knows basketball as much as JJ does.
He doesn't.
And I don't expect him to. Mind you, I don't expect him to.
He was a player, though. I mean,
For a long time.
I know, but like, what I mean by that is, give me the 5 best coaches in the league today.
Spo, Pop,
Right.
Kerr.
The coach in Orlando, for example.
Yeah.
One of the best coaches
Mosley.
in the league. Are you sure he knows more basketball than JJ Redick?
No.
I'm not.
No, you
But he's still a great coach, right?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. So there's more to coaching than just basketball, than just X's and O's. But for LA, our problem has been X's and O's.
Exactly.
So you're already grounded in leadership in LA because you have LeBron on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a guy that's like, hey, don't worry about rallying the troops. I'll take care of that.
Just tell me what to do.
And that's what Darvin's best at.
But in an ATO,
Yeah.
with 3 seconds left on the shot clock,
Yo.
at the end of the half, when we're down 1 and we could get a bucket to put us up going into they seem small, but those are big swings in the game, bro. There's nothing there. It's a LeBron fadeaway from 40 sometimes.
Bro, there's videos of
Haram. He didn't know how to draw the play.
The funniest video in the world is where he's sitting there and everybody's just looking at him and he's like,
LeBron wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
He's already looking on the court. He's
That's
like,
a
LeBron
problem.
100% in that moment, and I don't want to speak for LeBron or anybody else. In that moment, 100%, he's looking at the court and he was drawing his own play in his head.
Yes.
1,000% is what he was doing.
yes. And here's the thing with Dan Hurley, right? Dan Hurley didn't end up going to the Lakers, right? He said that there was a number. So what was the number, bro? Are you?
It was more than 7-8 million. a year,
No,
whatever
of
they
course
gave
it
him.
was. It was. But I'm saying, was it that big of a number to where it's because listen, honestly, Dan Hurley is I don't know, I didn't know much about him, right? Obviously that he won back to back. Dan Hurley's like a shouting and a yelling guy. Like, bro, the Lakers don't need that, bro. I hear this thing that like, oh, the Lakers need to hire a coach that's gonna hold LeBron and AD accountable. Bro, LeBron James is 40 years old. He's the freaking greatest player of all time. Who's holding LeBron James accountable? Who's holding AD accountable? They know what to do. You need to put the players in the best position. And Darvin Ham, the only thing he was good at was counting the change in his pockets.
Oh my God.
With the hands in his pockets all time. And then he...
Yo, what was that thing, though? He's always
I think, honest to God, I just think he was nervous. And Haram, that's what I'm saying. I felt bad for him because he
Bro,
was
came out after the
82
Denver
games?
game.
he was hired for a job that it was outside of his ability.
couldn't handle.
And then he lost
couldn't handle
everybody. Nobody was ever expecting him to beat Denver. He lost everybody and their mothers. When he came on that press conference and said, yeah, well, we're doing everything we could. We don't know what else to do. Huh?
Maybe you don't.
What?
Maybe you don't know what else to do.
Hedy, you don't say that.
Yeah.
You don't say that as a coach.
No,
You
you
don't-
don't.
you don't say that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's all symptoms of you're put in a job where you don't necessarily.
I
know.
just don't-
Going back to your thing, you said about, you think JJ Redick, like, since he had a feel for the court, like, to play with these players, like, he played against LeBron James. Like, I think he has a little push over him, over all these coaches.
Because he played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the best coaches in the league right now is Jayson Kidd in the league. Right.
Sure, yeah, he's one of the top coaches in the league.
Which is like top 6-ish.
Yeah, I
coaches
mean,
in
no,
the
he's a
league.
good coach.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
doesn't want to give him top 6. Go ahead.
Regardless,
man,
top 6, 7,
coaching,
it doesn't matter. Bro.
ranking coaches
he's,
is really
he's,
hard,
he's
bro.
a guy who took his
He just
team
got his team to a finals.
He's one of
That
those
wasn't
coaches,
supposed to
man.
be there. Nobody picked Dallas to be in the
Right.
finals this year.
So, like, and you can't tell me that him being a player once upon a time wasn't a big part of his success as a coach. And I think the same thing could happen with JJ Redick. Like, I think he sees things on a basketball court that maybe a coach that's never played before can't see, at least from a player's perspective, too. Like, I'm going to take it more seriously.
100%.
We played basketball in high school. Our coach played basketball in high school. When he said certain things, it resonated with you more because you know it's coming from a place of a guy who's already been there before. He's done that before. Yeah, at a much higher level than us, but still, he's done there. He's done that before.
But at the same time,
So it
there are
resonates
coaches-
more. And we've had assistant coaches that never played basketball.
That's what about
It
executive-
doesn't resonate with you as much as someone who does.
And there's head coaches that never played basketball either.
He
Right.
has
So, like-
respect in the
Right.
room. That's also important, man. He has LeBron James' respect. AD was really involved in it. He has respect in the room. That's like the biggest thing too, man. Here's the thing, man. I didn't want the Lakers to go get one of these coaches that got fired 6 times and they just come back. I don't want that. I'd rather take a chance on a guy who, at the end of the day, he has some knowledge. He has the backing of LeBron James and AD, right? Like, I didn't need something better than him. Ham was done, bro. And that's the problem. You know,
Yo, he hated him.
I don't know.
Yo,
He
did
doesn't.
you
He
hate him?
doesn't.
Did you hate him
He
more than
doesn't.
Westbrook?
He doesn't hate Darvin Ham.
Did you hate him more
He
than
doesn't hate
Westbrook?
Darvin Ham or Westbrook. He hates what he hates how much they hurt the Lakers.
Hold on, let me ask you
hurt
this.
them.
That's what
Did
he
you hate,
means.
did you hate Darvin Ham more than Westbrook or Westbrook more?
oh, man.
Who'd you hate
You
more?
did not like Westbrook. Do you remember that?
Yo.
Westbrook.
Who pissed you off
There's a
more?
highlight.
Westbrook.
Westbrook
I will
pissed you off
never
more than Ham?
forget.
Yeah.
Really?
Because Westbrook was the first guy, a big guy that we traded for because he could say whatever he wants. He was an all-star the year before we picked him up.
was.
So, like, it was an exciting trade,
And MVP.
right?
2 years
It was the
before that.
first time that I seen breaking news. The Lakers acquired Russell Westbrook, and I was like,
Fuck.
I had to talk myself in.
I was excited.
I had to talk myself
Russell
into it.
Westbrook's
Westbrook,
journey.
bro.
By the way, another guy that I don't like when people talk bad about Russell Westbrook.
Me neither.
Because of
I defended him all
like
2
he's
years.
one of the best basketball players we've ever watched in our lifetime, right? But how I can summarize
he might say otherwise.
no, he can't say otherwise.
Well, Westbrook was one of the best players
One of the best
we've
players
watched.
we've ever watched in our lifetime.
Not one of the best winning players, but he's one of the best
But
players.
I mean, winning is like 3 or 4 of them that we watch in our lifetime.
Yeah.
If you think about it. But the best way I can summarize Russell Westbrook in a Lakers uniform, and I hate to do it because he's an all-time great. We were watching a game in your basement, and you were knocked out as usual.
Okay, man.
He works. That's why he knocks out.
Yeah,
Because
none
all
of
of us
us
are
work,
unemployed,
bro.
apparently.
Because
You were knocked out.
comparable.
Big game at the.
No, I was watching.
No, you were.
whether he was awake or
I was
he
watching
wasn't.
the game.
Regardless.
It
That
was
doink on the
horrible.
3.
No.
The doink on the 3. I was watching. I was watching it.
The thing is, Hakeem Haram, you could see in his face, he's trying to convince himself that this is a good thing.
I was watching it.
Full speed up the court. That's money. And it doinks and
I just looked, bro.
he looks right at me with a look of disappointment. I was like, yeah. Wahid Quran, I swear to God,
I wish we had a clip of that,
soon as he did that, I was like, yeah, this shit ain't working in LA, bro.
The Lakers have made, I think, over like the last 10 years, I'm gonna look at it, they've made the 2 worst decisions they ever made. The 2 worst. Like, and it's not on the player. You got to remember, Rob and the ownership are the people that make the move. So it's not about the player.
Right.
I think LeBron has a big part of
Right.
part of it.
Westbrook set us back a ton. And let me tell you why. We just had 2 years before that, we won the championship, right? The next year, we were playing against the Suns. And that was a good roster. That was Caruso. That was Kuzma. They were a deep.
All those guys were going to get paid sooner or later. Though.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is like,
That roster still wouldn't be here, even without Russ.
no, they wouldn't be. But it set us back because that next year, Lakers went big name hunting. And we gave up all our debt. We gave up KCP, Kuzma, and our draft picks for Westbrook. And then we didn't sign Caruso. That set us back a lot.
You know, the not signing Caruso part might have hurt us more than actually getting
Sure
Westbrook.
did.
No, it didn't. Westbrook's fit on that team.
Because we
was
lost those
doomed.
guys, but we were going to lose those guys anyways.
I know we would have lost them, but
bigger
we
money.
would have not. We would have. Here's my thing: they're trade chips,
Yeah.
right? We would have been able to,
But in their mind, we traded. We got what we were using them for.
and they
the
used it,
assets.
and they traded for Westbrook. worst thing that ever happened. Like I remember when that thing came, I convinced myself to like it, but I knew the fit. Like where was he gonna fit? Where was he gonna fit?
Yo, he hated him
And
so
then
much.
then the second worst thing is when we hired Darvin Ham, and I'll tell you why. Because LeBron and AD are like, LeBron's still good enough to be a 1B or even a 2 on a team, and we wasted 2 years with Darvin Ham. It was we were never gonna win with that, bro. This is an important ass summer for the Lakers.
Yeah, it is.
I truly think
the
this
summer's going to decide if LeBron ends up with 4 or 5.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because
4 or 5 rings.
yeah, because number one, LeBron's 40, but I could still see him squeak out a championship. And these teams in the West, my boy.
And you best believe that if LeBron wins 5, Ace. No. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yo, what about the mic thing? About the mic thing?
I don't want to hear it anymore. I just want
hold on.
everybody. No.
Wait. Oh my God.
I just want everybody to step back, close your eyes, envision yourself in a world where the stat keepers were inflating LeBron's stats in Miami Heat games. And I want Michael Jordan fans, maybe not you, Ace,
Actually, that's what I want to ask
but
you.
Michael Jordan stands.
I wanted to ask you that.
I want to ask you guys a question. If this was LeBron, if the shoe was on the other foot, how much slander, to use the word, well, the word of the
We're
day is
using it again.
slander.
Okay.
How much slander would LeBron have gotten for that?
Yo, you actually,
How much question?
you actually think?
One
you actually
second.
So explain what's going on.
One
here.
second. How much questioning of his legacy would be going on right now from Michael Jordan fans? How much would it happen?
A lot.
If it turned out that LeBron had a game where he was given 9 steals and the other team was given 8 turnovers, what would we have said?
We would
Be honest.
We would slander him.
What would we have said? What would we have did? We would have just ignored it and pushed it under the rug? I promise you we wouldn't have. You want to know why? Because I saw him going to Golden State. And I saw him beat a team coming back from 3-1. And I saw him lead in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, threes, everything you want. And you know what some of the answers were from Michael Jordan fans? Why was he down 3-1?
Yo, you hear that, Ace?
That was the question I heard from Michael Jordan.
Yo, you hear
fans.
that?
Explain what happened.
I'm sure everybody. I mean, like, okay, so what happened is just to be as blunt as possible with it. The stat keepers in Chicago, in the year Michael Jordan won his defensive player of the year, I think it was 88, correct me if I'm wrong, 87 or 88, were inflating his stats at home. There was a 6-game stretch where Michael Jordan was credited with 29 steals. It's almost 5 steals a game.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
They went back and watched that 6-game stretch, beginning to end. One of the reporters, and he had like a couple of guys, 3-4 guys with him. They each individually watched it to see if they ended up at the same number. They all ended up at 12 steals.
Throughout the 6 games.
Yes. From 29. From 20, and that's a 6-game span.
That's crazy.
What did it look like over 15 years?
That's crazy.
What did it look like over 15 years? There's an article on Yahoo Sports right now of a new kid in the 90s came and started being, he was a stat recorder, I think, for Utah. Or I forgot who it was for. And there was a play where John Stockton gave the ball, basically passed the ball Karl Malone, whatever he did, and scored. And the kid didn't give him a stat because he's like, bro, like John Stockton had nothing to do with that play. And one of the other stat recorders looked at him, he said, yes, but it's John Stockton.
Whoa.
So we give him that assist. When it's clear he had nothing to do with that.
That's crazy.
After Magic and Larry, ask you guys a question. Ace, you're an old guy.
Damn, bro.
What?
You gonna throw a stray at him?
He's an old guy.
You gonna throw a stray at him
After-
like that?
After Magic and Larry.
Damn, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, God. After Magic and Larry, he's a geezer, bro. How old are you now, 65? Listen, after Magic and Larry, who you take out Michael, who's the NBA going after? Who are they marketing? Let's be honest with each other. Go, name him.
Take out who? Who'd you say?
Take out Michael.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the NBA
I mean,
that kids want to watch and that adults want to gravitate towards?
Nobody really.
Who is it?
nobody really.
Pistons, they wanted to watch the Pistons.
Who'd he come in with? Scotty, who was on his team? Or Hakeem Olajuwon? Ask yourself this question. Who did LeBron come in with?
Ton of Pete, folks.
Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Dirk Nowitzki, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. You want me to keep going?
Half those guys play for the Lakers, by the way. Can
You want me? Do you want Dwight Howard? Thank you for reminding me. Steve Nash in his prime. Tracy McGrady in his prime.
Half those guys play for the.
Do you want me to keep
Melo played
going?
for the
Did I
Lakers
say
too.
Carmelo Anthony?
Melo played for the Lakers too.
Kevin Durant would give the '90s problems.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, bro?
So
What are we talking about?
Here's my problem with this topic, though.
If the guy was given stats, this is now fact. This is not conjecture anymore. The guy's stats were inflated at home to win his Defensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna make my GOAT case right here in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, I'm gonna make my GOAT case, and
ahead.
we're gonna be done.
Go ahead.
Everybody brings up 4 and 6, 6 finals record, six losses. I'm gonna have it next time to how many Hall of Famers they played. It's gonna blow your mind. How many
LeBron played?
versus Michael in the finals? It's gonna blow your mind.
I can.
Doesn't matter.
Already.
But that doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna go there because no matter how much I say it, old heads are gonna be old heads, and they're not going to accept that fact. It doesn't matter though, because it is fact. He played a lot more Hall of Famers than Michael did. In 91, 92, 93, Michael Jordan was the best scorer on his team. Scottie Pippen was the best defender on his team. And Dennis Rodman was the best rebounder on his team. Or Horace Grant, sorry. They switched between Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. He was never the best shooter on his team either. In 96,
Mike?
90, yeah. In 96, 97, 98. The fact that I'm even listing that many championship years is why you can't even argue that he's at the worst second.
Yeah.
Because he's a winner. And he's the GOAT. But the last three, best scorer on his team. Wasn't the best rebounder. Scottie Pippen was the best defender. Dennis Rodman was the best defender, rebounder. And he wasn't the best shooter on his team. In 2012, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, LeBron was the best scorer, rebounder, passer, defender on the court. Not on his team, on the court. In 2013 against the Spurs, the best passer, rebounder, defender, scorer on his team. In 2016, the best scorer, rebounder, passer, defender on the court. In 2020, he played with Anthony Davis. He was the best scorer, rebounder, defender, and shooter on the court. Scorer, sorry, and passer. What are we talking about?
So,
What are we doing?
but here's my thing. Though. You
What
brought-
are we doing?
Nobody's
brought up-
comparing. Nobody's.
Hey.
And one guy played Kevin Durant, Tim Duncan,
why is he so
Stephen
passionate?
Curry,
Why is
James
he-
Harden,
It's a passionate
Russell
thing for
Westbrook.
Why are you snapping?
Let me snap.
Okay.
Kawhi, from all the star players that LeBron played in the NBA Finals,
I can't name
Kawhi Leonard might not be top 5. What does Kawhi look like in the 90s?
So, but here's my question.
What does he look like in the 90s?
So I have a question for you, though, real quick, because this is what we started off with. So the whole stat, whatever you want to call
Right.
it. The
Let him vent.
No,
Right.
no, he's venting.
Let him
right?
vent.
Listen.
Is it anything
No.
that I just said is it bullshit?
No.
Is it not all verifiable?
No, it's all verifiable.
It's all on record.
So wait,
bro.
does the
It's
thing
all-
that-
just open up Basketball Reference, and if you don't want to do that, go watch the games.
So the thing that happened against the thing that happened for the Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
So like, does that changes anything for you? Against,
No,
about Michael?
it doesn't, but it does change one thing.
It-
It put in perspective the machine that was behind Michael Jordan,
Okay.
bro. The machine is the same machine that's behind LeBron.
That's just.
But one
that was
came
just at
first.
home, though.
I watched today, before we started shooting this thing, I watched a 5-minute clip of young Kobe, Afro Kobe in 1997, absolutely cooking Michael. Absolutely cooking him. To the point where Michael had to, it's on video, had to go to Scottie and told Scottie, get him. In 1997. Let me ask you a question. What does LeBron do to 1997 Kobe Bryant? LeBron in his prime?
How old was Michael at that age, though?
33? 34?
Oh.
So
That's LeBron's prime.
what is LeBron in 2018 when he was 34?
Yeah.
What does he do to that Kobe Bryant?
Puts
I
him
love
to
Kobe
shame.
Bryant.
Puts him to shame.
God rest his soul. What happens in that game?
Puts him to shame.
No, Kobe gets his. Kobe gets his. No,
Kobe gets his? Are we sure? 1997? Are we sure?
Kobe will get his, man.
Second year Kobe?
It'll
Are you
be a
sure?
lot harder. He'll get his points, bro.
I don't see that.
What would Kobe do to that LeBron?
Not much, but he'd get his, man.
No, he won't. He averaged 13 a game that year.
So, bro, here's my thing, man.
It's the machine. He's the second greatest by far player ever.
I know.
I want to make sure we're aware of this.
It's how big of a
Because
gap.
some people watch me
We
like,
love
oh, these
gaps.
guys are young. They don't know.
But we talk
they
about
don't know
gaps.
these
How big of a
guys.
gap is it,
Yo,
though?
he watches.
10 scoring titles.
He watches.
6 championships. 6 finals MVPs. Defensive player of the year. All defense every year in his prime. I know who Michael is, bro. Trust me. I know who Michael is.
So is it a big gap?
5 regular season MVPs. I know who the guy is, bro. I know what he did. 72-10. 6-0 NBA championship. If he doesn't retire for 2 years, maybe he has 8. Had the best coach in NBA history on his team. You don't believe me? He won 5 without him. Kobe's never won one without Phil. Michael's never won one without Phil. Phil has won one without both. The best coach in NBA history on his team. One of the best defenders in NBA history on his team. The best rebounder, and if you don't want to go in NBA history, go in the 90s. The best rebounder, defender were on his team every time he played in the NBA Finals.
So here's my thing.
Stop using 6-0.
I'm not
We
using
need to
6-0.
stop.
That-
The third best player in Phoenix was Dan Marley.
Okay.
Ace, what number did Dan Marley wear? Somebody tell me, what number did he wear?
Who?
What was it?
Yo,
What
don't
was the
look.
number?
He's about to look it up.
So, Hetty. Calm down. Calm down.
Let him vet.
No,
Why is he trying to calm me down?
You need to
No,
calm
bro,
down.
go do you,
need
man.
to calm down.
Do you.
Let
Don't
me,
worry
let me
about
tell
the
you why. Let's start off with the whole stat thing.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Who
Real
gives
talk.
a fuck?
Wait.
Nobody. Because it's Mike.
No. Who gives a fuck? You want to know why?
Why?
Because he ain't the first and he ain't the last.
In modern history, he's the last other than Jaren Jackson.
That we know of, Hetty.
No.
Hakeem, that we know of.
No, because they track these stats. They track home road splits. He had the widest in NBA history by a mile.
Here's the thing. You say the machine was
By a
after.
mile.
The machine was after. Mike, of course they were. They needed
Right.
him. They needed him to save.
Doesn't
the NBA
mean
at the
he's
time.
not the second greatest
At the end of the
player
day, the machine was going to be behind him.
Very
or not.
close second.
All
brother.
those.
And to answer your, I'm so sorry. To answer your question, there's not a gap
between Michael and LeBron.
Mike. Yeah, there's not a gap.
So
At all?
No.
We're
It's
gonna turn
LeBron
this
and then
into
it's LeBron and then it's Mike.
if we're going to turn this into a GOAT debate, real
No,
quickly.
I really was not.
I
trying.
know.
I'm just trying to vet.
Yo, I
I
love
know.
it though. Yo, I
Because-
love it.
No, you make a great
Let's
point.
just be
love it.
honest with each other. Everything I just said, you could say whatever you want in the comments. You can go and look. It's all verifiable.
Yeah.
Go look at it.
Yeah, no.
Go find it.
No.
it's
You know
it's
what?
all
And
there.
the reason why I
bro.
say this is I don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
About that because it is what it is. By the way, take away his defensive player of the year.
He's still one of the best defenders ever
yeah.
on the perimeter, 100%.
You know what it comes down for? So
But
I believe
this is where it matters. Because LeBron got robbed out of one in 2012.
yeah.
Because he was by far the best defender on the planet that year.
And if his stats would have got
And he lost his defensive player of the year
Marc
to a
Gasol.
guy who wasn't on the first team all defense.
yeah, that's nasty. You
So-
want to know what this? You want to know what the GOAT combo comes down to me? So for me,
And we're not, I don't want to turn this into a
No.
go, oh, who's the goal?
you wanna know-
I'm venting about the machine that was
Do you
behind
wanna
it
know-
and the slander that happens.
the machine, there could have been no machine behind him. He was still going to be Michael Jordan.
He was still going to be the second greatest player
because my
ever.
man's just
Maybe
he-
first,
Yeah,
depending on who you ask.
we won't get into it.
By the way, I got Jordans on.
I
Because
got.
LeBron shoes are filthy.
Garbage. Okay, bro.
I think that LeBron.
take
I
away
think
from what I
LeBron
just
is the
said.
greatest player of all time. If somebody says Michael is, I'm not mad and I won't argue because I'm a Lakers fan at the end of the day. So like, he's just a LeBron fan. He could go to freaking Atlanta Hawks tomorrow and he's gonna be wearing red, right?
Ride or die, bro.
Really?
You can call me whatever
Yeah.
you want in the comments. I already know what the comments are going to say, but it doesn't
This is
matter.
what it comes down
I'm a
to me
LeBron
for the
fan,
GOAT
bro.
conversation.
Grow up, by the way.
This is what it comes down to me in the GOAT conversation. When you're comparing two guys, you got to ask, was there something that he did that the other guy didn't do, and vice versa? There was something LeBron did that Michael Jordan can never do.
Which is?
That was the 3-1 versus the Warriors. LeBron should go call Curry right now and Draymond and Clay and put him in a 4-way call, and he should thank them. Because them coming together and them going up 3-1 and him coming back is something something Michael Jordan.
Actually, I think it should have been vice versa because that following year.
Yeah.
Called up
Yeah, what up,
And mind you, I promise you, this is, again, not conjecture. If Kevin Durant doesn't join the Warriors, LeBron has 6 right now.
Yeah.
I agree with
Or
He has 6.
the Warriors are a smart franchise. They would have got somebody. Like, but
That's
not,
what I'm saying.
not
Let's
KD.
just say the teams that played each other
Yeah.
that year kept playing each other. LeBron would at worst 5.
So my point is that that's something Michael Jordan could never do. That 3-1 comeback and what LeBron did, you look at those numbers, they look fake. And when you watch it, like,
I'm gonna say this. Don't what's it called? Without Kyrie, that would
No, of course not. He needed. The guy needed somebody.
I want to slander you. That's why. Yeah.
In 2018, the numbers that you're talking about. This is one playoffs. One.
This LeBron stats?
This is just one run. 51, 8 and 8 in the NBA Finals. This is all one playoff run. 46, 12 and 5, 71% shooting. 46, 11 and 9 on 52. 45, 8 and 7 on 64. 44, 10 and 8 on 58. 44, 5 and 3 on 61. 43, 8 and 14 on 68. 42, 10 and 12 on 55% shooting. This is in one playoff run.
Is that
in 2018.
series? Is that the series that came
2018
back?
when he dragged George Hill to the NBA Finals.
But anyways, that's nuts. So when we go back to...
They got swept. No, they didn't get swept.
They got swept.
They got swept.
It was the J.R. Smith.
Oh, shit.
That was something
When he had 51, 8 and 8 in the game when they lost.
So he averaged what,
because the other
45?
team had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
But when it comes down to GOAT combos,
Right.
that is something that Michael Jordan couldn't have done. I'm sorry. I didn't watch him, but...
I don't watch him either.
There's one man...
That's not an excuse. That's
Bro,
not an
hey,
excuse. I've watched enough Michael Jordan footage, and I've researched this game well enough to know, bro. Well enough to know.
Is there like,
It's the same reason why I think Magic is better than Kobe. I didn't watch Magic.
you think Magic's better than Kobe?
I do.
Well, let's not get off topic here.
We're not gonna get off topic
I'm not
right
going to get
now.
off topic there because that's nuts. But
We'll do,
What the fuck?
We'll do
you
it
never
later.
said that.
let me
We'll do it
make my
later.
point.
Has he said that before?
No, I've gone back and
And
forth.
he has gone back and forth, but let's see how he feels tomorrow. He might change it to Kobe. Anyways,
I'm
holding you on that.
I'm white.
that's just...
I do always go back and forth.
This is a Kobe.
But the fact that it's even that close to me.
I haven't heard of
Before I
I
forget...
promise you, I'm not just a 28-year-old that all started watching basketball. No, bro. Like, you guys know this. You guys were in high school with me, bro. Like,
But before we...
I love this game, bro.
Whatever, bro. Fucking... I
I haven't heard of it. Wallah, I haven't.
No, I
haven't
have.
heard of it.
Wallah, I always
He
do it. I
pokes
always go
at
back
it.
and forth. Wallah.
Say Magic's better than Kobe?
Yeah, I always go back and
pokes
forth.
at it
Wallah.
sometimes.
I've called. How many times have I called him the greatest Laker?
Yeah. Anyways, Jordan and his dreams...
But don't laugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
Don't
that...
laugh.
How
But
you
But
friends with him, bro?
that is.
You're a-
We have a lot in common. We're Laker fans right now.
He went to the.
I mean,
he went 9 times in one decade. He won 5.
Kobe fan, bro.
I know.
So, 3-1, Jordan, his dreams couldn't come back on that series, man.
Right.
But there's something
That Mike
LeBron did that Jordan and his dreams, and we never seen it, did. And I think that Mavericks series, he choked.
1,000% he did.
Wait, like that was slander, and he deserved it, bro.
Oh, here we go with this word.
Yeah, we have never seen a player that we regard that great, like completely shrink, and that's something that Michael Jordan fans could point at.
100%.
and they could say that is something that
100%.
Michael Jordan never did.
And Michael is lucky that happened.
I know, but
Because
that's
if not, it wouldn't be no gap.
I know, but that's my whole point, though. Like, so that's when it comes down with those two guys, man. Like, I can't just say 6
Which one is
and
more
0.
impressive?
Which one's more impressive? Obviously, LeBron one is, but that's really disappointing, bro.
At the peak of their powers,
Between
who was a
what?
better basketball
But he was
player?
also
Between what? What's
Between LeBron, just let's keep it as simple as
The-
possible.
the
At the,
choking
at the
or the
peak of their
comeback?
powers, who was better, LeBron or Michael? It was LeBron. And the way I can prove it to you is at the peak of their powers, Michael wasn't winning.
Yeah.
The best Michael wasn't in the 90s. The best Michael was in the late 80s. Haha, you guys didn't think I knew that. The best Michael was in the late 80s. It wasn't in the 90s. That wasn't the best Michael. The best Michael was in the 80s. The guy who was averaging 40 and 8 and being the best defender on the team in the league.
Yeah.
That was the best Michael. He wasn't winning. He was getting swept.
But I know.
Year
but Eddie,
in,
that's
year out.
That's unfair though, and you know that because obviously, like if you give him, even if you probably give him Scotty, he's probably like
Well,
he just needed one more.
He had a
soldier with him.
20-point score on the team.
I know, but
Orlando Aldridge averaged
I
20
know,
a
but
game on his team.
and let's just say. By the way, I think LeBron's the GOAT. By
Didn't
the way,
think I knew that, did you?
I like having.
Ace, this is my shit, bro.
I like having
I'm trying to
context
tell you.
behind things. Michael Jordan wasn't playing no bums, man. He was playing some of the greatest teams, and at that time.
I wish I had this thing on me, bro.
But hey, at that time, was he not playing like the Pistons and the Boston Celtics? You tell me, was he not? Was he or not? It's a simple question.
Joe Dumars was
Hetty.
6'4"
Hetty.
and 200
But it doesn't matter, Hetty. He was
What do you call
playing
those guys?
He
at
was
those
6'4",
times, Hetty.
200
What do you call
Hetty,
them?
at those times, he was playing some
This
of
is
the
the
best
best way
teams
I
in
can
the league.
describe Michael Jordan. This is the best way I can describe Michael Jordan. And this is why when somebody calls him the GOAT, we can have a conversation. He was a 2024 athlete placed in 1995, 1994, 93, 92, 91, whatever you want. Meaning if you put him in the league today, he'd be either the best or second best athlete in the league today. Still.
Yeah.
And he's from the 90s.
Yeah.
Is Charles Barkley a great athlete?
Well, he's a great player, Eddie.
Unreal player. Is he
Not
a
a
great?
great
Is he a great athlete?
No.
If LeBron played in a league where you couldn't double, where you couldn't shade, I want to ask you a question. In the 90s, you weren't allowed to shade. It was an illegal defense. It was called every time. Can you imagine either with LeBron, either you have to fully double him or you have to play him one-on-one? What happens? How many does he average? If Boston can't wall him up like they did in 08, we broke LeBron. No, you played a 22-year-old and you walled him up. He's changing his mind. I know he is. I know he is. And there's going to be a lot of people changing their minds. And you are.
You.
In 08, if you can't wall LeBron up.
Never, huh?
In 2011, 12, and 13, where Popovich can't wall LeBron up, where it's Kawhi, you either guard him one-on-one or we're sending two. And you take one of the best passes in NBA history, and we're going to double you every time, and we're going to play you single. It's one man-on-one, one-on-one, man-up, man-to-man every time. What does LeBron look like? What does he look like?
Greatness. Hey,
What does he look like?
Hey, greatness just like Jordan was. My whole thing with this, and I just asked for this.
This is all fact.
I know, but
look
hey,
it up.
I just ask for future GOAT combos.
Right.
I just ask that we have context on everything, and that
This is me putting context
I know,
on everything.
but
This is
Hetty.
me not looking at 4 and 6 like it's
I
boxing.
know, and nobody did that though. Nobody did that though. Hey, but nobody did that though. I think it just comes down to those 2 points that I made.
You want to know
3-1
how I
versus
know
the
LeBron's the GOAT? Because he has every Michael Jordan fan on their heels. You want to know why? When did you start hearing 6-0? I swear to God, it was the last 5 years. You never heard it. You never heard anybody say, oh, it was 6-0 in the NBA Finals.
It's just a
What was Kobe's record in the NBA Finals?
bro,
Oh, what was Magic's? Why don't you know their records?
because nobody's sitting here saying that.
Because
Kobe's
they're not-
better
they're not
than
Oh,
Mike.
yeah, there are people that call him the
not
GOAT.
real.
What was
not
Kareem's?
comparing.
What was Kareem's?
I mean, real
What
talk.
was his record in the finals? Does anybody know?
No. I don't.
Why not? Because, he loses in the finals? To put context on it, who's he playing against? And how's he playing? I can't get on a guy that averages 40, 10, and 10 and loses to a team that has 5 Hall of Famers in their starting lineup. Can't really get on that guy. I'm done with it.
Let's just put some respect on both of them, bro.
Have I
Like,
disrespected Mike
He
in a
hasn't.
single
No,
way yet?
He hasn't disrespected.
he hasn't.
I've
but
been calling him this by far the second greatest player ever,
listen.
and I can listen to you if you call him the GOAT. I've been saying it the whole time. But
We might get canceled then. Like
it's
we're
1 and 2,
disrespecting our-
2 and 1, and then it's a big gap, and then it's 3, 4, 5,
as
6.
you guys could see, he's again. I told you guys, LeBron James and Nick Wright. I think the only 2 people that love it.
I might be able to argue LeBron better than Nick Wright can. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you real talk. You might be. You might be.
Go
I
ahead.
want to switch. I want to switch sports.
Oh, this is gonna be even worse right now.
I want to switch.
This is gonna be worse. you know what's coming.
Oh, I know what's coming.
This is it's been wild.
It's just the beginning, my boy.
Yo, we're in July, right?
Oh.
We've been waiting for the football season.
June 30.
Bro,
I'm dying for the football season.
I'm
Wallah,
fiending.
wallah.
You're dying for the parlays.
No, bro,
that will
even-
never smack.
No, even I'm not talking about that.
Hoping that freaking
Bro, even,
Randy-
even before the parlays, like we were,
Yeah.
wallah,
Yeah,
we were watching
100%.
games. You weren't watching. You just
I
got
always
into it as
teeter
much.
totter on divorce during the football season.
Tell you what,
Because my
Sunday-
wife does
Sunday
not
from
see
what-
me on Sunday, Monday, Thursday,
Monday,
and
sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Friday.
Then at the end of the seasons, they're having Thursday,
Right.
Saturday,
Just
Sunday.
because of the streaming stuff. they do
Football's
now.
so great, bro.
So fucking
You had a
great,
question for us.
I hate asking you this question because I already know your answer.
Because we know your answer.
No, you don't know my answer.
I know your answer.
You don't know my answer.
I think I know your answer.
No, you don't, brother. No, you don't. I already know your answer.
Okay.
Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl this year, brother? I know it's like, yo, listen, wait, let me finish before you fucking say it. Let me finish. Jesus Christ, man. I know it's early. It's like super fucking early.
Early as hell,
I don't
bro.
know shit about shit right
Unfortunately, it's early. I wish it was sooner.
now. I know. Yo, do you think the third greatest quarterback that I ever watched, second greatest quarterback I ever watched.
Yeah,
Listen,
okay, sure. That's fine. He could say that if he
Disrespectful.
wants.
is gonna.
I mean, you
three-peat.
could say that.
I'm actually gonna give you the satisfaction in saying, is he gonna three-peat? Even though I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
So, I do. I think Kansas City is going to win. So this is when I look at Super Bowl predictions, I do it like this. I say, who do I think's in that bubble? Who can maybe win it? From the NFC, I think 2 to 3 teams. The Niners, the Lions. I can't believe I can't. Can you imagine
The
5 years
Detroit
ago?
Lions.
Can you imagine 5 years ago saying
Deep
the
down,
Lions?
stand up.
And maybe if the Eagles head coach can get his head out of his ass, maybe the Eagles too.
I personally think
I don't like that guy.
the Eagles.
As a coach.
Nobody likes him.
I don't like his face, and I don't like him.
Sirianni.
I don't like him.
Those are
His quarterback is more of an adult than he is.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
I personally think the Eagles can go
Yeah. No,
higher than what they did because they got.
Yeah, last year was weird.
They
they
lost,
got a lot
man.
more.
Lost.
They got a better offensive coordinator and a better
Yo,
defensive
and
coordinator.
they
Saquon.
lost to Baker Mayfield
Saquon's
and the
is a
9
big
and
deal,
6,
bro.
9 and 7 Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, they were losing to a lot worse teams than
No,
that.
in the playoffs, last
Oh,
year.
in the playoffs.
I mean, they were overrated last year, but they went and got Vic
They got
Fangio.
Saquon.
Yep, and they got Saquon.
Put some respect on Baker Mayfield.
But at the end of the day, I like Baker, bro. Those are the 3 teams in the NFC. In the AFC, you obviously have the Kansas City Chiefs. You have the Ravens.
Why is he talking around the topic right now?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to
tell
get
I
you
just asked him a simple question and I already know the answer.
You want
to
okay?
it.
You want to know the answer?
No. Listen,
Do
let
I
me
think
finish.
that
No,
they're
hold
gonna
on. Let me finish.
Why
Let
is
me
he
finish.
trying to politically correct, squeeze his way into it? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
It's going to be Patty Mahomes.
No, it's not.
Damn right it is.
It's going to be Patty Mahomes, and you want to
yeah,
know
damn
why?
right it is.
There's a lot of great teams.
Yo, when did you start being like a Patty Mahomes fan? Like, when did you like? I don't
The last
understand this.
the last Super Bowl.
Really?
Let me tell you why.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, Hakeem, go. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Just simply, it's going to be Patty Mahomes, and I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, all those are the great teams I just named you. When it comes head to head, I don't care what happens in the regular season. If the Chiefs are in the playoffs, boy, you know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, you know what's going to happen. And I'm sorry, Purdy isn't going to play. I'm sorry, Ace.
Hey, Brock Purdy is top 15 in the league,
And
bro.
guess what? He isn't going to outplay him.
15.
10 to 15.
Hey, Jalen Hurts ain't going to outplay him. Jared Goff ain't going to outplay him. Because that's what it comes down to, man. You need somebody to do something special.
So you think the Chiefs are gonna win, right?
Yep. And,
All right, well, okay, I'm done.
Oh, wait.
I'm done.
Before, because you don't want to hear this.
What?
And when it does happen,
Oh, boy.
three-peats.
Yeah.
I already think, I want everybody to know this. I think that Patty Mahomes is the greatest quarterback I've ever watched play.
But you've been saying that for a while.
And I said it after his year 1.
Yeah, you were
I
on
said
it
it was going
early.
to happen. I think today, he's the 3rd greatest quarterback of all time. 3rd greatest quarterback of all time. I think right now it's Tom, greater.
Damn right.
I think it's Montana.
You're damn fucking right.
And then it's going to be Patty.
You've never said that before.
No, I said he's the 3rd greatest
You've
quarterback
always
today.
said he's second.
no,
I'll give respect
no,
because he has 4. I'm going to give him respect.
So what happens if Patty wins one?
If Patty three-peats, that's something that Tom never did, and I already think he's a better
Doesn't
quarterback
matter.
because he does
Yeah, it
more.
doesn't matter.
He'll be the greatest quarterback.
Yeah, it
ever
How about
watched.
Joe Cool? Does he surpass Joe Cool at that point?
Joe? Who you talking about?
Montana.
Yeah. I think it's arguable right now. I'm trying to be respectful for Ace here, you know. But
Ignore the aces here. Who's the
he's the
second?
2nd greatest quarterback today.
Oh, so you're just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
See, we don't do this on this podcast. There's no bullshit. It's just straight.
But
straight.
if it's arguable, nobody else is arguable to be above him.
It is arguable.
It's just arguable.
It's very
you
arguable.
can argue, it, yeah.
You can argue it easily.
It's just arguable, but you better hope it doesn't happen.
even if it does happen.
You better hope it doesn't
Even
happen.
if it does.
Because real talk, Tom didn't pass Montana that long ago. It was his last 1 or 2 that people were like, you know what? Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Oh man. People
Can
were
I ask
calling
you a
him out.
question?
People were calling.
When he had 5 Super Bowls with a combined 0 touchdowns in his first 2.
Can I ask you a question? Who do you
don't-
think's
I
gonna
don't
win Super
want
Bowl?
you to- I don't want you to
Who do you
ask
think's gonna win Super
I
Bowl?
don't.
Who do you think's gonna win it? You know who's gonna win it.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I really don't. I really don't.
If
So
you had to
who?
think,
So
well, if you had to think of the top 4 teams that were gonna win it this year.
here's a free 10,000. Put it
I'm-
on someone.
I'm gonna go with the Niners, man.
The
I'm
Niners.
gonna go with the Niners.
Yeah, because of your disdain.
No, it's not my stain. No.
Bro,
I was gonna think. I
this
know.
is my thing, bro.
He thought the Niners were going to win it last year.
This is my thing, bro. Like,
They're almost. They were about to win it.
Almost shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Did it?
Did it.
I don't know how people, and you know what's crazy?
But you're right. They should have won.
Our fans don't know this.
They should have.
It hurts me so much. It hurts me so much to say a team isn't going to win Super Bowl
Yeah.
and not say it's the Dallas Cowboys. It kills me.
Yo, get out of here, bro. Yeah, get out of here.
We're
bro.
talking about
Yeah, hold on.
winners.
Yeah.
What are we doing
Let me
right
ask
now?
you this question.
We're talking about Super
My
Bowl.
point
I'm done with
is-
this guy. Yo, I'm done
My
with this.
point is I don't know how you watch somebody like
The
that.
who?
Hey, newsflash. Here's what the
who?
Cowboys are going to do. Dak is going to go throw for 30 touchdowns and 8 picks. and they're gonna win 13 games,
That fucking
and they're
bum,
gonna
bro.
lose in the first or second round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
That's what's gonna happen.
This has been passed. I don't know in his book if it's passed. They're not America's team no more.
You're
America's
absolutely
team
wrong.
was the Patriots for a minute, but not anymore.
Thank
now
you.
it's the Cowboys again.
You're
The Cowboys?
Yeah, because
Guys.
there's not another fan base.
guys. You guys confuse America's
fam-
team.
I
You guys
understand.
confuse America's team
they're
for the
not-
best
they're not-
team.
They're not. Just
Cowboys are the American team.
No,
You
I
wanna know
feel-
why?
Yeah. The actual term, the actual
No, it's not
definition.
about the term.
Listen,
They
that-
are
It's just
listen,
about
let me finish.
popularity. It's all
Let me
it
finish.
means.
The actual term and definition is you're right. Yeah, America's team is like popularity. How many people like that team? But in this age and with
It's the
these
Patriots.
sportscasters and all this,
It's the
all this-
Patriots, definitely.
They don't base it off that.
Who talks about the Cowboys whether they win or lose?
Man, a lot of people talk about the Cowboys if they win or lose, man.
Exactly.
Right.
Who talks about every time the owner says something? Who does it?
Robert Kraft was a little bit like that, bro, in that run.
No,
though,
but
too,
like
bro.
Jerry Jones, every time Jerry
Yeah,
Jones
he-
says something,
but
it's
when-
clipped
Yeah, hold on.
and it's put on. You guys are confusing America's team for the best team.
No,
I get you, brother.
Dallas
I get
The
you.
Patriots were pretty popular in the last 10 years.
Popular,
bro.
but they weren't.
Pretty popular?
They weren't America's team, bro.
Probably not. No,
And I
can
wish
see that.
Dallas Cowboys weren't.
Yeah.
Because maybe they would do something smarter.
It's a disgrace of that definition.
Because you might like Dak.
Anyways,
yeah,
brother,
America's
boss.
team. You might like Dak. You might be like, oh, he's not bad, bro. The Chiefs.
Oh, you're with that too. Oh, cool.
But here's my reasoning behind it, and you guys are the football guys on the podcast, so you guys can tell me. They had the best defense in the league last year. They shored up the one hole they had, like I said, was their wide receiver core. They shored that up. They got Hollywood Brown. They drafted that kid Xavier Worthy in the first round. They shored that up a little bit, and they also have the greatest quarterback. You know what? I take that back. Not the greatest. The best quarterback that's ever played football.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question? Did you think the Chiefs were going to win last year?
Nobody thought the Chiefs were going to win.
Why'd they win?
Why did they win? It's okay, bro.
It's really
They
two
had-
reasons. Why'd they win?
They had the best in that league.
Defense.
Not by a big gap. Let me finish. Let me talk. No, not defense. Relax. Defense is getting there.
Not by a big gap.
By a quarterback.
Were we watching the same
Let me,
football
let me
this year?
finish.
Let him finish. I want to hear what he says. I'm about to swing on this kid. Go ahead. What did that? You said by not big gap?
Can I fucking talk, man? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Best quarterback in the league. It wasn't by a huge gap. There were other quarterbacks that were legit. Okay. You can go look at stats. You can look at everything. I'm not wrong. Best defense. One of the best defenses in the league. And the best coach in football today.
So what changed this year?
Nothing. No, I'm not saying nothing. Nothing changed.
I'll
who do
end
you
this
have
for
winning?
my baby? I'll end this for you because I love you. I love you. I know tonight
I can't get
you're gonna
my
get
point
to your
across.
bed and you're gonna kneel down and you're gonna put a prayer up there and you're gonna hope that they don't win next year.
I'm gonna go out and say this, man. No matter what happens with Patty Mahomes, bro, he will never be Tom Brady. He will never be better than Tom Brady.
Have you
He
ever
will never
seen
be greater
someone
than Tom Brady.
Be
bro.
so stubborn on wrong.
No, I'm not wrong, man. I'm not wrong.
It's gonna be fun to
We're
watch,
gonna
though.
have. Listen, let me end this on a good note. We're gonna have questions, polls, concerns in the comment section.
Sure.
Who do you think?
Put a poll, one poll at least.
No, they're gonna be more than. But the top one is.
Okay.
Why is Tom Brady better than Patty? No, I'm messing around. Who's better?
Because he is.
Or do you think is better? Patty or Tom Brady? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Cool.
You already know. I don't
is-
know your
is-
answer.
Is your question who's greater or who's better?
That's a
A
difference.
little bit of both.
No, it has to be.
Okay, so let's do this.
A little bit.
Real,
No.
real quick.
We're not
it's a
doing that.
different time.
We're not doing
It's
that.
a different.
We're not doing that. I already
You
know
guys
your-
are gonna have to wait to watch
I
that.
know your answer. I don't know why. I don't know your answer.
Because he's a better thrower and a better runner of the ball, and he's smarter as a quarterback. That's why.
I don't know if he's smarter, but
He is smarter.
He just does more on the field.
He's just as smart.
It's gonna
with
be
more-
fun.
He's
and I
just as
can't
smart
wait.
and a
Again,
smart and a better
hey, you know
athlete.
what, bro? I'll throw a prayer for you today. Too.
No, don't throw a pair.
I'll-
You
No, don't
better
throw.
you
I
better
will.
hope and pray that he doesn't.
We
win one.
actually don't have.
A three-peat is wild.
Hey, we talk about
That's
go combos.
wild.
Something that somebody else did that someone
Right.
did
So is 7 and going to 10 is wild.
I mean, so was throwing one touchdown in
it
your
doesn't
first
matter.
three Super
It
Bowls.
doesn't really matter, man. It doesn't really
Okay.
matter.
That was fun.
To you,
man.
maybe not.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Listen, this was fun. This was a long time coming.
The Basement Boys.
We've been talking about doing this for the past 10 years? Like
I mean, we've been serious about it, for, like doing
actual
it,
serious?
but we cap a lot, bro.
we do.
We camp a lot. We're lazy.
Hey, trying to plan a trip with these three? Wow.
Do it in the
I'm
group chat.
down.
Do it in the group chat. I'm down.
Right now.
Yeah.
Run it right
Let's
now.
go.
Hey, you want to go? Nah, bro. I'm chilling.
This has been.
We couldn't find an editor like Ace either, though.
Yeah,
we
Ace
couldn't
is the
find
man.
someone like Ace. It was hard. It was hard.
At all. Wallah. I actually like. So happy that we met him. Like this is
Yeah, this is it, man.
wild. Why the fuck am I so nervous doing this?
Just say thank you for
Why am I
watching.
why am I so doing
Hey,
this
there's something that's really important that we need
Why
people at
am
home
I-
to do, though.
Why am I doing this?
What do they need to do at home?
It sounds like you don't want to end this pod.
I don't. I really don't. I really don't.
Hey, before we
There will
forget-
be more
Hey,
episodes.
before we forget, on the next episode, we do want a question from the fans. So
One question, we'll have.
We'll decide what the question is.
It has to be a good question.
We'll decide
It
what
can't
the
be asked
question
like,
it
yo,
could
why
be
am I
about
not on this
anything, though.
pod?
It could be about anything. Football, sports.
I mean, most likely it's gonna be about. It was gonna be.
It could be about anything. You guys want to know something about us? But the best question, my man Suede is gonna ship you $50 right
card?
from his pocket.
Best
I
question.
thought he said 500.
Who the fuck told you this?
You said it was 5. You said
Who
you were gonna
told
pay him
you that?
5
bucks.
No,
50
my
bucks
boy.
for my
First,
man.
50 bucks is good, bro.
Yeah, $50.
That's
the best
that's
question.
Best
cash,
question will be on here on this TV. We'll talk about the question. We'll answer your question. You'll get a $50 gift card if the question is actually relevant. I don't want to yo, why am I not in this pod?
Or not relevant.
No, I want it to be.
No, I
relevant.
want it to be about anything you like,
Anything.
whatever it is. This has to be a good question.
Hot
Something to blow me
Cheetos
away.
versus salt and vinegar chips, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hot Cheetos, obviously.
You just let me know what it is.
Because, hot Cheetos and salt and vinegar chips, they're Patty Mahomes. You know
Why
they're
the
going to hurt you to accept it, but when they're on the table, you have to eat them.
No, not really, man. What the man?
We're excited to see the questions, man. We're excited to see them.
This is, my name is Hattie, for those who didn't catch it. We do it at the end, though.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
We can go government.
But there's something they have to do. What do they do?
No, man.
What do they got to do?
Yo, can you talk to your mans?
Like, share, subscribe on all of our social medias.
We need it.
appreciate it. There'll be a lot more coming. Thank you.